All right, y'all. Shalom. We're going to grab the mics real quick, and then we're going to start. Test, test, test. All praises, right? We dropped the speaker, but it's still in good order. So we're going to go ahead and sign in. Yeah, it was a group effort. We dropped it, right? But anyway, call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's all praises be unto Yahweh in the name of his son Yahweh Shai. We are San Antonio Masada, right? Have to focus so I don't say the wrong name still, right? But, hey, for real. But we out here to let the real Israelites know that they are God's chosen and to come back to repentance and return to their people in light of the times that are coming upon the earth, right? So today's lesson is going to be called Exclusivity is Our Lot. Get used to it. So you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and you scattered Israelites, y'all got to understand you are a exclusive people. You are the only people on the planet that the Most High God has called his people. And because you're the only people on the planet that the Most High God has separated from everyone else, you have a code of conduct to adhere to, right? So we're going to warm up with two scriptures out the gate. Can you get me Isaiah 46, 9 through 10? And then we're going to bounce over to Malachi 3 and 6, just to let people know that the Most High God don't change. Right, because you got a lot of people out here talking about the church is now the so-called Christian body of Christ. Now, one of the things that I recently found out, and it's actually a kind of a milk thing to find out, is the word church was never in the Bible. That was later added. Church means the congregation of the people, the gathering of the saints. As a matter of fact, before we even start, can you bring up in the New Testament, just search church, bring up a New Testament book, and look for the blue letter entry for church. And then if you don't mind doing that in the Old Testament as well, because it's very important that we understand that the word church doesn't mean everybody or people who gather in a building. Don't matter. Matthew will work. There you go. Got time for the Bible? Thou says. I'm talking to you. You got time for the Bible? Yeah, to you. Doing all right, brother. How about yourself?
What are you doing?
We're teaching the Bible out here.
All right, over the Madero, Francisco Madero status.
No, we do it just right here.
Do you know who is that guy?
It's probably some white man who helped take this country.
No, white
or
man,
this state.
Mexican man, yeah, Francisco Madero.
And he helped establish San Antonio?
President of Mexico. Yeah, it's sufragio electivo, no elecciones. You can relate it yourself because we are in a Republican, So Francisco Madero is like the father of the, I don't know how to say, it's like a Republican. Yeah, but no, isn't a white guy,
Okay, that's good. But my question is, so why does the white man have a statue of him in Texas?
No, not really. Because we are close, Mexico and United States, we are so close, so we share government issues, a lot of things,
Wasn't there an American-Mexican war?
Yeah,
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And didn't Mexico outlaw slavery in about 1639?
I don't know about how long time, but yeah.
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 What I'm trying to say is the reason why they have this statue here is not to honor him. It's to placate you because this is your land.
Yeah. Homeland, you know what I
So
mean?
so y'all should be angry.
We're not racist, you know.
But here's the thing. You should be angry that this is the United States territory.
No, I'm not angry. I'm proud. I'm happy to be here. And I want to listen to Jesus' message.
Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with anybody.
No, you good.
I'm a happy guy, you know what I mean? I have water, I have beer, you know, just looking around. Yeah.
Well, let's see, right? Go ahead and get this.
All right.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
So, aren't Mexican people oppressed here in America?
Surely, can I talk with your mic?
No.
All right. So, yes, surely oppression maketh a wise madman, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
So, the more you know about your history and the present, you should be angry, as I said before.
Not really.
So, what about all those Mexican people being shoved in cages at the border? What you think about that?
We're not Mexican Americans. We're Americans because we live in all the country or I don't know how to say it. It's like Europe, America, Africa. Yeah, we live in America.
What if I told you King?
America isn't just USA. You know.
No, it's
America
not.
is all-
Yeah.
all
But here's the
all
thing: the people currently in charge of America have raped and robbed and murdered all over the planet. Because guess who was in charge of the Byzantine Empire throughout Europe? My people were. And guess who actually remembers that today? Nobody. You know why? Because the same people who raped and robbed and spoiled you, raped and robbed and spoiled us. Go ahead and get that verse one more time, because I think the brother didn't get it. Get it one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
What is that kind of pressure? The law? Oppression.
Oppression.
Yeah, what
So if somebody is branding you an alien on your own land,
Alright.
kidnapping over 300,000 of your children over the course of 2 years,
You feel oppression right now?
yes. Are you serious?
For what? This is the land of freedom.
So I have a question. I have a question. I have a question.
You're talking in
What would you
your
call
mind.
me? What would
We're
you call
free.
me? What would you call me?
We're free
Free to do what?
to do that.
To work and to pay
Yeah,
tribute.
To talk.
So what we're dealing with here
Wait, you
is
can
somebody
get
else
a
who
lot
loves
of
their
things.
enemy
Yeah,
over their
Jesus-
own people.
Jesus is coming. You know what?
You don't even know who Christ is. You don't know who Christ is.
This is the land of freedom. This is the best country.
Give me
in the world. You know
Numbers
what I mean?
35 and 33.
This is the best country. In
I'm gonna
the
tell you,
world. know what
when
I
it
mean?
comes to
We're not
coons
oppressed.
and people who hate their own people, the Mexican man is nearly unparalleled. Y'all hate y'all own people a
We're
lot.
not hating anybody. You know what I mean?
So all those people being kicked out of here, sent back to Mexico, who were born here.
For what? Born and raised in Texas. You know what I mean? I
I don't even think he understands what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you drunk already?
No, because my English is so bad. You know, I'm sorry for that.
Okay, so let's call it an end. Let's call it an end. You have a good day,
Jesus
brother.
comes. Jesus comes. Yeah, Jesus is an Israel.
Go ahead and get it.
Okay. Jesus
Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
So all those blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who got murdered on this land, how do you purify the land according to the Bible?
Can you see the stripes of?
Did you hear my question?
The stripes of
Did you hear my question?
Yeah. So many
So how do you
people
purify the
are
land?
dying in this land.
How do you purify the land from the blood that's been spilled?
Blood. Yeah. 'cause
How do you purify the land? If you don't understand, that's fine. But don't disregard my question.
I didn't speak your same language. I just reading your body. You know, you're mad. I don't know for what. Because you're screaming.
Sir, have a good day. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
And this is what I'm talking about, brother. The coons know no limit to the coonery, man.
This is my message. God bless America. God bless. this
See,
country.
again, so bless the
Yeah.
nation that kills your people.
My people know it's in die. You know what I mean? Madero is over here. You can see it. This is my blood. You know.
What did we just read? He got a statue, and then his people are all good to go.
This is our land. Our land. You
So
know
if
what
I break into your house, is it our house?
unfortunately,
You see how the
cannot
logic
my
don't
house,
make any sense?
My house.
If I break into your house, is it now both hours?
It's bad for you.
Is it both hours?
What time hour?
If I break into your
My
house,
house is like a pump.
right? If I break into your house,
Hey, where,
so wait, he gonna kill me if I go to his house.
This is
But what about the white man who took your house?
This is Iraq or what? Nobody is breaking your house because this is America.
Again, this is what I'm
That's it.
talking about. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and
You
15.
know about what? Because the military.
You've never read the Bible in English or Spanish, have you?
The members of the military make this country free. Anybody's break your house because this is America.
So did they make Iraq free?
Is it you?
Did they make Iraq free? How about Libya?
I can understand you.
I know. So why are you still here?
Because this is Texas and Antonio. I can be here.
You can.
I have a permit for the government.
So now,
to be here.
instead of just going about his way and just saying we don't understand each other, now let's be a demon. When really it's coonery.
Can I dance?
Sure, you can dance. You can humiliate yourself in front of everyone. And this is why the Mexican man and woman is being stuffed in cages, because your men don't give a damn about you. Hey, man. See, again, man, you build a statue to a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, and they're completely castrated. It's a shame. And they got a term for it with our Hispanic brothers, the Maliches, the woman who helped the conquistador by translating for the natives and the conquistadors. See, again, man, the amount of bloodshed that has happened here in America couldn't have happened without our people selling out. Our people willingly sold out and helped their enemies dominate them. And that's why today you have Mexican people walking around talking about my people are good. I'm very angry about what's happening to my Mexican brothers and sisters. I'm very angry that this land is called Texas and not Mexico. I know you're not angry because you got a case of beer. You're about to have a good day, man.
Texas is a republic. You know what I mean? Six flags. Six flags waving. You know, it's a Spanish, French, a United States.
Yeah, it's a stolen land. He don't understand it, though, and he don't care either. Because as long as he can drink his beer and go fishing, he's good.
Where are you from?
Where are you from, sir? I'm from Israel. How about you?
Missouri.
I said Israel. Again, even if you don't speak the language phonetically, you're a bad listener.
I'm a bad listener.
I know. I can tell.
Yeah. I can hear you right now.
I know. So what did I say? Where did I say I was from?
Israel.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm from Mexico too, so.
Yeah, you're an Israelite, brother.
We're friends.
And your people being shoved in cages at the border is a damn war crime.
Where are you from?
He just told you he's from Mexico.
No, I can hear you. Where are you from?
I said Israel, man. I said it like 3 times on a microphone.
Israel. Far away.
Yeah.
Let's sing Israel. You know what I mean?
I'm not dapping you up, man.
I can understand.
Cut that out.
If you want to talk, come over
I
here.
can understand.
Yeah, if you want to talk, come up here, man.
Hey,
We're here to
come
talk.
Hey, join us.
It's
Join
called a
us.
microphone, man.
Join us.
Hey, give me Luke 19:27. I want to see what love is according to the Bible. Let's see if Christ loves his enemies. Let's read it.
It's Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
So you have the words of Christ where Christ says his enemies who are not willing to serve under him, slay them before him. Now what we're going to have is we're going to have one of the sons of the slave masters here on this land illegally telling us to love everybody. Meanwhile, it's his people killing everybody and putting people in prison.
That's right.
Killing everybody.
But yet we're the ones who are out of pocket for trying to bring attention to what his people do to us every day. Give me Zechariah 11:4-5.
Middle East of what?
Because see, what we'll be told repeatedly is that we're crazy for bringing attention to the crimes against humanity that go on every day, perpetrated by his people on land they shouldn't even be on. But yet, some way, somehow, nobody even raises a damn fist to the people who are doing all the dirty work. We haven't heard a single soul. Only thing we heard out here is feelings. And the white man thinks that's equivalent to spilling the blood of millions of people. Go ahead and get it.
It's 'cause you're an Edomite.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty.
I know there's more than that. So what you have is you have people who will slay you and kill you in cold blood, and then they'll double back and say, hey man, I'm not guilty for that. Why you keep bringing up the fact that I keep murdering your people? Why you keep bringing up the fact that every 28 hours one of your people gets gunned down by one of my people? Why you keep bringing that up?
Free Palestine.
We're not from Palestine.
I know.
And do you know who the real Palestinians are?
Your people are killing all of them. So what do you think?
Who's your people? Your people over in Palestine killing them.
Israel, right?
I'm not an Israeli. See, again, you don't know the meaning of the words that you use.
No, you don't know what
I'm not an Israeli. Can you at least get that? I'm not an Israeli.
Hey, read another book written by some other dude who's in
Which book would you prefer? Would you prefer the Negro Question Part 4, where it states that the Scots, the Welsh, the Brits, and the damn Irish were all blacks before Oliver Cromwell pushed them out? See, again, only the white man will tell you to get another book. Meanwhile, he won't read a book. Which one you read? How to Touch Kids?
Oh my goodness, they don't say that. What are your problem, hey? Hey, man. Please don't say that.
See, again, man, all we're doing is we're bringing attention to what's happening on the planet.
What's going on?
See, everybody pretends like these things aren't actually happening, and they are.
We're just walking.
Yeah, man, you ain't got to listen. Hey, man. See, again, man, it's a sad state of affairs where blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians have the same enemy, but yet everybody acts like we're crazy for bringing up the crimes against us.
Calm down.
See, that's exactly why the Bible says we'll be hated of all men for Christ's sake. See, y'all don't even know who the people in the Bible were. That's why y'all say y'all love Christ, but don't do nothing that he says to do.
Sir, can you see that?
Can you see it?
Yeah, that is our Bible. Sufragio electivo no reelección, that is our Bible.
Okay.
Law.
And what did that do for you?
The law. The
And
law.
what did that do for you?
Just living in freedom, because freedom isn't free. You know what I mean?
So how about those people being kidnapped right now and sent to El Salvador or Mexico?
I don't want to get back with any country.
Go ahead and keep reading, brother.
No, I'm a good.
Start from the top.
I want to hear you.
Zechariah 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Can I ask
No.
you something?
So the Bible's
Who's
literally
God?
saying
Who's
that
God?
our oppressors kill us
Who's God?
and they hold themselves not guilty.
Jesus is an N word.
You know you could bring it up in a Spanish Bible on your phone.
Sure,
You could, but you won't.
I don't have fun anymore.
I know, because you don't want answers. Again, you laugh, but your people are the ones dying.
My people,
Your people.
my own people.
I know, and you don't give a damn.
This is the land of Jah, Rastafari. You know. Yes, sir.
What is Jah short for?
Joshua.
No.
Joshua is a master who can dominate the water.
See, again, man, this is the stupidity that has taken root in our people. And then you wonder why everyone is embracing the culture of the slave master that's given to them.
Like
Because they don't know anything better. Give me Revelations 1 and 3.
Okay.
See, man, it's really a shame, man. Because women and children are the ones primarily dying here.
Yeah, and are you saying, hey, you want to touch your kids? What's wrong with
Who's the number one pedophile in the world?
Who's it? Donald
What
Trump?
race of people are the
Epstein?
preeminent, who are the preeminent pedophiles on the planet?
Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein?
And what race of people does he come from?
The white people?
White people.
Well, but not all white people do that, you know?
But do you know about something called pederasty?
Don't say that.
No, pederasty. See, again, this is the ignorance that I'm talking about. Because you don't know what I'm even talking about.
Read the Bible, please.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
No, yeah, I know.
See, again, man, this is the embarrassment that our people have to deal with.
Sometimes.
And then you wonder why the world sits silent. How is a Jewish woman over Mexico right now? How did that happen? I wonder if people like you made it happen.
Or in Palestine, Israel, I don't know, maybe. In the wall of shine, you know.
Do you know her name? Her last name?
My last name.
Who's the president of Mexico right now?
Claudia Sheinbaum.
How did she become president of a nation that she's not from?
Because she's a Jewish girl. girl. You know?
She's a Jewish girl,
Yeah.
right? So how are they in charge of the entire earth?
Shame bound is like a.
When the Bible says that the Israelites will be on the bottom of the earth in the last days.
What is the complete name of the United States president?
You didn't hear what I just asked, did you?
Donald J. Trump. Yeah.
And guess who his father is? His grandfather. Another Jew.
Republican. You
No,
know?
another fake Jew.
Okay.
Give me Revelations 2 and 9.
Okay.
Again, you're trying to be smart, but it all goes back to the same culprit.
No, I'm not dumb. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah,
You know?
I would agree.
With my backpack,
I know.
with my beer, listen.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So you've got somebody who's of the synagogue of Satan over your people. See, that's how that group Lev Tahor was able to take root in Guatemala and Mexico and kidnap and assault hundreds of children. But you don't know anything about that because you don't care about your own people at all. See, again, man, that's why when you actually study the Bible, you quickly see most of our people, they couldn't give two shits about their own people.
Are you listening about Genesis or Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers?
Yeah, let's read some Leviticus. Give me Leviticus 19, 16 through 17. And let's show you something that you're not doing.
Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
We're neighbors. We are neighbors.
And who's your neighbor?
Mexico.
You think it's a locational thing?
Ah,
Get that in the NLT for me.
my neighbor is Mexico is my neighbor.
No.
That is my neighborhood. Yeah. Yeah.
See, again, to my camera, man, it's just, it reinforces why the Bible says 2/3 of our people have to be put to death.
Apocalypse.
2/3 of us have to go.
The Lord comes. Apocalypse. The Lord comes.
You don't know what you're even talking about. Go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
Leviticus 19, verse 16. Do not spread slanderous gossip among your people. Do not stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened.
Stop right there.
Your neighbor's life is being threatened at the border. What do you care about that?
Land security. Homeland security.
Again, you're just illustrating that you don't care about your people.
We're protecting.
Keep going.
We are protecting our people. You know, like an Navy SEAL.
Do not stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened. I am the Lord. Do not nurse hatred in your heart for any of your relatives. Confront people directly so you will not be held guilty for their sin.
We're protecting.
No, keep going.
Protecting these.
Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite.
Against who?
Against a fellow
One
Israelite.
more time.
Against a fellow Israelite.
Not only your neighbor.
Against a fellow Israelite.
Your neighbor is an Israelite. Do you know who the Israelites are, sir? Who are they?
Far, far away from here.
We're not going to even bother reading the rest. Because, see, and this is exactly why our pearls are being cast before
I'm
swine.
approved. Yeah, I'm approved.
Brother. This sign right here, take a look. These are the Israelites.
They're right here, man. And Mexicans are ironically on the bottom when y'all are not the last son of Jacob.
Native Americans. Yeah. Look at the hair. Native. Yeah, Comanche land. Simeon, Dominicans. Apuana, yeah, the baby.
These are your brothers,
Yeah.
fellow Israelites,
We're brothers. So,
your neighbors.
my neighbors.
See, and this is to my camera. If our people truly actually loved one another,
Yeah, can I just...
no, don't touch my books. Don't touch my stuff.
Yeah, then every
That's a false image.
So, how does the Bible describe the likeness of Christ? So go ahead and get Revelations 1 and 14. And I'm going to say this to my camera. Some of our brothers and sisters make it very hard to love them.
river's life for us. San Antonio.
Well, that river looks like it's dead.
It's like a Rio Nilo, like Rio Euphrates.
Were you here 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, like 13 or so.
Okay, cool. So that water used to be so clear you could see to the bottom of it.
Yeah, but flood. The city flood all the time.
The flood didn't do that.
Yeah, because yeah.
If it's a moving body of water, a flood doesn't do that.
This is a dam.
I know, but the water's moving.
Yeah,
You see? It moves, see?
The engineering.
I know.
Yeah, it's because it's open or closed. It's like this is a relation thing. It's like a Nilo.
You know they don't close this dam very often. You know that, right?
At midnight, it's closed. No more water for Cesar Chavez over there. Yeah,
And that's for how many hours a day?
maybe 6.
6 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the rest of the day, 18 hours,
Yeah.
it's open.
Yeah.
That's most of the day. It's a living body of water. That doesn't make it look like toilet water.
Because the humans were connected with the river, in Babylonia, in Egypt, in Africa, all we connect with the river. So in America, all these cities were connected with the river. So that is the reason that I am here right now. I'm just looking this guy is my partner. You know what I mean? I'm listening to you with all respect. Because I want to listen to Jesus' message, you know what I mean? But I can understand a lot of things because I'm Mexican, Mexican American. But yeah, I don't know how it works at Middle East, But you look like from I don't know how to say, with all respect. And
Yeah, just black. I don't understand.
Yeah, you look like a cool people, you know what I mean? That is the reason.
Did you know blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we were all called Negro in the 1600s?
I'm a mixing of Native American and Spanish.
Spanish on what side?
Yeah, from.
Is your father Spanish?
Yeah, from I don't know, like Santiago de Compostela. Yeah, Santiago, the Apostle Santiago. It's like you can walk across the Europe to see the Santiago de Compostela. It's a Jesus.
Is that in Spain?
friend. Yeah, in Spain.
So your fathers go back to Spain?
My grandfather.
On your father's side?
My last name is Alicia. I'm from. My grandfather is from Spain. I'm from.
On your padre side?
And then my father is at my house.
No, but I mean your father and his grandfather are all Spanish.
No, just my grandfather. I can be a Spanish guy because my grandfather, because they are living in Spain because the slaves and all that shit. No, I can be Spanish, but I prefer America. You know what I mean?
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that is it.
That explains a lot.
Here's the thing. Yeah, exactly.
So you go back to the slave master.
Maybe. I don't want to be a slave, No, I don't want it. I refuse to be a slave.
So give me Lamentations 5 and 7. See, again, to my camera, everybody thinks that, oh man, you just being mean to people. There's a method to this madness. See, he walked up saying he was Mexican, but now his fathers go back to Spaniards. It makes sense why you're not mad about anything, sir.
I'm from anywhere,
I know, that's what the white man says.
You too.
I know, I told you, man, you cannot make this shit up, bro. You cannot make it up. That's what the white man says. He'll come to your land, rape and rob you, and then say, I'm American. Yeah. How about those people from South Afrikaners? The Dutch people who moved to South Africa, enslaved those people, and then had the nerve to call themselves Afrikaners. See, again, man, that's why I knew in the spirit who you were. I'm not fooled by how you look.
No, I look like a smart guy,
See, and that person who walked by and tried to have camaraderie with you, saying that he was Mexican, man, he made a fool of himself if only he had stuck around. Because you're actually the son of the slave master.
If you can say that, tell him, tell us.
The joke is on him.
So, once again.
So, give me that real quick.
Where are you from?
We've been over there.
It's Lamentations chapter 5, verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities.
So our fathers transgressed the laws of God, and they're no longer here.
Oh, fathers.
No. You're not from Jacob. You're from Esau. See, your father is Esau. See, that's your problem.
Yeah.
See, you're not on this sign.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
Why?
Get me Psalms 83.
Oh my goodness, that is a problem. That is not my fault. You know what I mean? I don't choose that. I just born and raised.
I know. But if God chose you to be our enemy, that you're still my enemy.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your friend, my dear friend.
No.
Yeah, yes, we are. We're brothers.
Because if my people try to get away from the white
Your
man,
people-
you go help the white man.
Your people? Not really. Are you?
Yes, you will.
No.
You just told me that we're
How-
free.
How do you know that?
Because you just told me that we're free and the military makes us free.
That is for everybody. For you, for anybody. Hey, God bless America.
Did you know that they're trying to deport Haitians right now?
No.
They're deporting our brothers from the Caribbean right now. They're deporting Venezuelans, El Salvadorians,
Yes.
Guatemalans,
Yes.
Mexicans.
You
Even Canadians are being deported.
You know for what? Because America's for the Americans.
How you doing, King?
Yeah.
Hey, man, out here doing God's work.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Of course, man. Hey, did you drop that pork? I know we talked about the Sabbath, but do you eat pork?
Oh, no.
All praises, man. All praises. That's in Leviticus 11, brother.
Just on
I
Friday.
don't make it.
And today is Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All praises. All praises. See, this brother right here, he don't understand, man. It's a matter of life and death for our people. We don't keep God's law.
Oh, hey, come on.
See, it was in the spirit that we went to Zechariah 11 and 4 through 5, whose possessors slay us and hold themselves not guilty. And they say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. See, again, I wouldn't expect the son of a slave master to feel an iota of guilt or remorse for killing and taking this land. Because in your mind, how else could I be here drinking beers and fishing? 250 million lives? Shit, I'll give that twice over. If that means I get to be here living it up on land that my people stole.
Yes, sir.
See, again, and if only blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians understood that this is what the white man did, specifically to mix himself in amongst the people. That's why in Hispanic culture, you got the mestizos. Just like here in America, you got the mulattoes. But see, your father can be black or white or Hispanic or white. And you're still called a mestizo. How do you discern
Yes, I
whose
am.
father is what?
Yes, I am.
And that's where the hijack happens. Because as long as you look enough the part, if you could pass that one drop rule or the paper bag test,
So,
they count you as a so-called black or brown person.
you were saying about I'm from West? Yeah, you say you're Eastern. West.
Esau, man.
East side.
Esau.
East side. No.
You don't know who Esau is? No. You didn't read the Bible,
What
I
it
know.
means, what it means, East side.
That's the forefather to the so-called white man, the Edomites. And Esau means wasted away as he. Hence why so-called white folks can't do any hard work. Why they don't build their own houses and grow their own plants to feed themselves.
That is the same question that I always ask you to me.
Yeah, go ahead and get it.
Every
1 through 3, and then
with
just drop down to Esau.
the chapter of Moises open the
Psalms 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Hey, can you read the Revelation 2:26? Revelation 2:26.
They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So we had a gathering of the heathen who came together with the expressed intent to disconnect our people from their heritage. That's why you think those people over in Israel today are the real Israelites, and they're not. We've been discontinued from our heritage because of our enemies. Let's see who the first enemy is.
Who is the person?
No, just drop the 6.
David or what?
This is verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom.
Of who?
The tabernacles of Edom.
And one more time. Just say Edom one more time.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Who are the tabernacles of Edom?
Tabernacles is the most evil person.
The tents of Edom. Who are the Edomites?
That's evil thing. I don't know.
The Edomites are who you would call Esau, the children of Esau.
Children of Israel.
Now, keep in mind, we're reading the list of God's enemies. Did you get that part? These are God's enemies.
Okay. Yeah.
Your forefather is at the top of the list.
The enemy. Oh my sweetie God.
I know you don't
The
care.
tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, and of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur is also joined with them. They have hoping the children of Lot.
The children of Lot being Ammon and Moab. So these are all the heathen that are upon the earth right now. And these are the same people, no matter where you go, they oppress the Israelites. For instance, if you go to India today, you have a group of people called the Dalit people, D-A-L-I-T. And they are at the bottom of their caste system, so much so that they have an apartheid state. Separate but unequal. Just like America. If you go over to Africa today, you have the Bantu descended tribes like the Kikuyu, the Limba, the Ashanti.
No, hey, listen.
He don't know what I'm saying, so I'm not stopping for him.
Did you know?
You have our people scattered throughout Africa,
Sir, excuse
and
me.
guess what?
Excuse
They
me,
treat
sir.
them like trash over there
Did you
too.
know-
They call them Akata, which means cotton
No,
picker.
Atlanta, yeah. But did you know Africa? What part of Africa? Marrakech, South Africa,
What are you even talking? What is your question?
Kenya. Because
I don't.
Yeah,
It's
you-
not about locale.
yeah, you're talking about Africa, and do you know Africa?
Did you hear what I said? The Limba, the Ashanti. Do you know who they are?
Yeah, but
Who are they? Do you know who they are?
I don't care about.
I know, because why are you asking me a question if you don't care?
Do you know Africa?
Apparently, I know more than you.
No, I don't think so.
Do you know who the Kikuyu are?
No.
Who are the Kikuyu?
Cape Town. You know.
In South Africa, okay.
South Africa.
Johannesburg, Cape Town. Okay, what about it?
Johannesburg, like Marrakech. That is Africa.
Those are the places the white man literally stole in Africa.
But
That's why you know about them.
Did you know Africa?
I just literally listed to you
Did you know,
5 groups in
Do you
Africa.
know Charlotte Raleigh? Yeah.
See, again, this is what the slave master has done. He has changed times and places.
Did you know Africa? That is the question. You know? Can you tell me or not? Did you
I
know
can't tell you.
Africa?
I
Okay.
can't tell you.
Respect you.
Yeah, okay.
You don't know Africa.
Nope, I don't.
And can I see it? And you can.
Did you know they called Mexico New Spain?
Did you know Mexico? No, too.
See, again, man, people like this,
No, too.
if only our people had a standard for the men of their community, people like him would be sussed out in a minute. A coward and a traitor to his people, you would be exposed in a hot second. All they would have to do is figure that your father's a Spaniard. They should kick your ass out of your own country. See, we can only get along as long as the white man gets to remain on top.
Sir.
Soon as he has to actually share something, all of a sudden, well, how come, why you got to get something? Why you won't land? See, he ain't familiar with the Homestead Act.
Nice shirt, you know, waving. The brave, the peace and brave, the Lone Star State, you know. It's like a,
You know, at 1845, my people were still slaves.
yeah, but not cause my fault, you know. Like a white.
The white man had my people in slavery.
Not me, you know.
See, again, he's going to draw the same fault lines that the white man has drawn. I'm not Russian, I'm Ukrainian.
Hey, this is a different.
I'm not Ukrainian, I'm German. I'm not German, I'm Polish.
This is a different.
Same
day.
people.
You know, this is a different day. This day and this day are different. Days.
1718, still slaves. 1845, still slaves.
I'm still slave at 1718. I'm free.
Seriously, man, 2025, still a slave. Still.
For what? Look at me. I'm a free guy.
You're the
Waving-
son of a slave master
Waving this
in another man's house.
in a military house. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. You know, this is the American military city. San
This shit is
Antonio.
sad, man.
Why? Why is that? In Israel, they have army too.
Did you know the Bible says the real Israelites wouldn't have an army?
Babylonia, David, the king. You know what I mean? I know that history.
So we're going to go ahead and go into our lesson because we ain't got time to just deal with this foolishness, right? Because I already figured out you the son of a slave master. This ain't for you, man.
I'm celebrating the play.
Celebrate this. Give me just Revelations 13, 9 through 10, and we're going to leave it be.
Celebrating the hard work. Celebrating the hard work from.
Yeah, just those two.
It's Revelations chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So I know we'll pretend like we didn't understand that. But just to speak on it, Bible says, he who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So if your people lead folks into slavery by the millions, you're going into slavery by the
We
millions.
are sons of God.
You're not a son of God. What are you talking about?
I'm son of God.
How?
Can you see that tower, the Tower of America?
That doesn't make you a son of God.
Look at the top. Aliens is coming to abduction to smart guys like me, and our abduction like a and yeah, in Mars.
So I'm going to actually humor him. Give me Revelations 11, and I believe it is verse 11.
That was a joke, man. That was a joke, a bad joke. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, read 11 through 12.
It's Revelations chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
See, again, trying to scoff, don't even understand. That's how the saints are going to be saved. See, again, the people that you raped, robbed, and spoiled, they're going to be taken out of here. Your people going to get stomped out by the Lord. Give me Isaiah 63. Start from the top. See, again, because our enemies, they think it's a joke. But see, all the judgments befalling America. See, just a couple of months ago, you had a flood here in San Antonio, killed 17 people. But see, y'all don't understand that America's judgment is going to get worse and worse and worse. And speaking of other people who don't think the Bible is serious,
We're trying to
Exhibit B.
We want to.
I would give you a gender, but I can't figure it out.
This is the land of
What part of it do you love? Give me Revelation. Okay, read that from the top.
Let me know if you like this. Just hear this. Hear this. Hear this.
Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness.
This is Selena Bridge. In front of you.
I that speak in righteousness.
You can see the tower like
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I would tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the days of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeem is come.
So you literally have Isaiah seeing a vision of Christ going to the city of Basra, the capital city of Edom, and stomping out the Edomites. See, again, our androgynous friend didn't want to hear that because she thinks Christ is going to give her a pass for all the rape, robbery, and murder that our people have done to us in the past and in the present.
Okay, well,
Not understanding that the day of vengeance is in the heart of Christ.
look forward to see you aboard.
See, you don't even understand what's coming to you. That's why you think it's a joke.
Manager. Best views. Tell us
But see, when these people are in derision, then that's when they're going to be like, well, how come nobody warned me? Give me Wisdom of Solomon 5, start from the top.
For amazing picture taking. 100% live in real time, no pre-recorded.
And after that, give me in the last days there shall be scoff.
Satisfaction warranty. American owned and operated.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and have made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God?
See, eventually these people are going to realize who the real Israelites are.
18th century.
See, again, that's why your people, no matter how many children they take, no matter how much land they steal, you think everything is a joke.
Also, don't miss the chance to visit the Hemisphere Park over there.
Looks like you're not going to fish today, sir.
Tower of America.
I love it.
Offers breathtaking views of the city. As we discover the rich and vibrant history of the city and learn about its how the tour works.
What's up, man? You got a question?
Or orange.
Thank you. Nice catch, brother.
And green toll travels from San Antonio frequently.
So we're out here, we're just preaching the Bible to the real Israelites who are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Yes, we are scattered to all lands on the planet, but the majority of Israelites in this hemisphere are these people right here according to the actual curses of the Bible. Are you familiar with the prophecies that would be on the Israelites in the last days?
Until you return to your starting point.
Yeah, the Native Americans. Yeah.
Hop on and hop off.
What would you be, brother? What is your father?
Depending on your starting time.
Is he Mexican by chance?
Your ticket to enjoy your tour in a segment by hopping off at one of two of our stops on the loop. Each stop offers a unique aspect of San Antonio.
Okay.
When you're ready to continue the next available.
Yeah, so you're Dominican.
Can
No?
explore. They depend. You're touring at the amount.
Okay, that's what's up, man. You see yourself on this sign here?
Of your tour. For your convenience, we offer discount all tour and attraction combination package. Group
Can I read something to you real quick before you go? Give me Amos 3 and start at 1 and read through 2.
offer discount rate for chocolate.
Actually, I recommend you should stay here, man. It's starting to rain a little bit.
Sales and efficient events. All out of our tours can be custom.
Yeah, it is.
To meet
You're right.
your group and specific transportation.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So you heard that Amos said, God says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. So if the Most High God is saying he only knows the Israelites, that means everybody is not a child of God.
In front of us, you can saw on my right side.
Now, what if I could prove to you in the Old Testament that the Most High God separated the sons of Adam intentionally? Can you give me Deuteronomy 32? And I believe start at verse 7. Yeah, and read down from there.
Visit our website right.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So you heard that the Most High God separated the sons of Adam. And he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So the Israelites are the only people that God cares about. Give me 2 Ezra 6 and 54. Because that's his chosen people. So I have a question for you. Do you understand how the stratification of the kingdom of heaven is going to work? Okay. Well, in terms of the people, you're going to have the Son of God, Yahushua as we call him, but you might call him Jesus Christ. And he's going to be ruling his people, Israel, and they are going to be ruling over the Gentiles. There's going to be an order to things, right? Because the Israelites are God's chosen people, and they're going to inherit the promises that were given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? But go ahead and get that real quick.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also, whom thou hast chosen. All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
We're all the same.
Nothing.
They are nothing.
Nothing.
But be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Now, that's not to say that God doesn't extend mercy to every being on this planet. Because if you read Sirach 18 or Ecclesiasticus in the Bible, it'll let you know that God multiplies his mercy on all the living. But in terms of who God loves, because you're thinking of love as in, I love you as a brother, come give me a hug. That's not love according to God. Right? Let's show them what love is. Let's go to 1 John 5 and 2 and 3. Because if you're an Israelite, if I say I love you, I have to love you according to the Bible. Right? Let's see what it means.
All that races or just
1 John chapter 5. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
Now, hold on one second. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
I just read.
No, not really.
Begin at the top.
Yeah, can you read it?
1 John chapter 5 verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God.
Who are the children of God?
I am
What
the
we just
children
read.
of God. Yes,
Israelite.
yes. I'm a
See what I'm
children of
saying?
God.
Keep going.
When we love God and
They love
keep
me.
his
They love
commandments.
me.
For
Please
this
love
is
me.
the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments
I
are
can
not
feel
grievous.
The love of
So
God,
to
of
love God means you keep God's commandments. How many people are out here saying they love Christ and they love God, but yet they don't keep the Sabbath? They're eating pork. They don't keep Passover. They take a razor to their face. You can clip it, you just can't shave it down.
We're drinking beer, you know. That's a bad thing.
That's not a sin.
That's a bad thing. Drinking beer is
Again,
good, it's good.
but give me Romans 3. See, there's a reason why he's coming with the precepts of men. Did you know this Bible is literally written for you, brother? I have a question. All these Hispanic people, aren't we the same people?
Yes, we are.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians?
We are.
So if your father goes back to these people on this chart, you literally have the same blood. We literally have the same story, brother.
All we have the same.
You were living in peace until the Edomites or the so-called white man attacked. You watch Avatar: Last Airbender?
Hey, look that guy. He's in
Everything
peace.
was peaceful until the Fire Nation attacked.
He's in peace. Look at you're in peace. You know, you look like a relaxing guy, just chilling. Yeah, you're like a happy guy. Where's the war? We're in America. We're a freedom land. You look.
Now, I have a question. He asked you a real question.
We don't
Where's
have
the
any
war?
problem with anybody.
Would
look
you
like
say
a
putting the
cool
citizens
dude.
of Mexico in prisons and in Alcatraz,
What is
Florida,
that? Hey, what
is that an
that?
act of war?
Are you agree with that?
That's fair.
Taking women and children and placing them in cages at the border.
And separating them, mind
Raping
you.
people. Yeah, disgusting shit.
You know why they don't do that to so-called Chinese people? Because it's an act of war, brother.
Great photographers.
They'll advocate to the consulate here in America, the Chinese embassy, and they will petition on behalf of their citizens.
Nice food.
Why do you think they don't just victimize anybody?
Oh, come on.
Think about it. When the cops are...
We're happy when they're suffering. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, just to prove it. When it comes to mass incarceration, who's affected by that? No. His father's a Spaniard.
Yeah.
Now, see, you just touched on something else. His fathers go back to the people who raped and robbed your fathers. Now you see the problem. How do you discern who's who?
Where are you from, dude?
What's that? Carunquin? That's still Mexican though, correct?
At the border?
Yeah. So you still Issachar.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Yes.
when you look at like how the French and Spaniard landed there, it's more so like they just tried to get away.
Yeah. Well, those were the swamplands as well. That's where the Seminole Indians ran and the Haitians were coming into port.
Yeah, a lot of the
Art.
No, you good.
They go from Cuba and Florida and Texas and other places
The Tainos, the Arawak.
there we go.
Yeah. Those are our brothers from Ephraim.
So I think they're like a big reason why you see like people all the way up to like talking about the whole USA. It's interesting, like a lot of people
Yeah. Did you know they sent some of our Puerto Rican brothers to Hawaii? So a lot of the Hawaiians that you see that have a little extra style and salt, they come from the tribe of Ephraim.
Ephraim. Like the river. River.
I don't doubt it.
And then not only that, but you know how when the big angels got brought here to the country? So they also got there in Hawaii. Just when they're literally everywhere, because you know chicken and stuff like that work great. They also but the thing is now like the lizards and stuff like that, they don't live. It's stuff that trying to keep those can't because they have a nervous problem.
Yeah.
And the thing is for like a dog, those like
And they'll die. Yeah.
but like some of them also like short of sleeping drive. Like my dog, they would do that, and that's how I ended up meeting them. They would call all the buggy eyes, and they have like but like other things like other things like that, like corn birds that they do that, go sleep them up. That's because they barely have enough to try to get them out. And if they don't get them out, it's just that thing of like go to press because that fox is something they don't know.
It's not a natural source of prey.
Yeah, so there's some
Yeah.
times where that frog will come up where that frog will like live on.
So I want to read something to you. Can you get me? Oh yeah, get that real quick.
Revelation.
Start at 1.
Revelation 2:26.
Romans chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them which were committed the oracles of God.
Now, what is an oracle?
That is New Testament or Old Testament?
An oracle is a spoken word. So, like, if you're an oracle, you're a speaker, an orator, right? So the oracles of God are the spoken words of the Most High. Didn't he give his word to his prophets in the Old Testament? Yes. So the oracles of God is literally the Bible. Start at the top one more time.
It says
What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way,
Before Jesus.
chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
That is before Jesus or after Jesus?
Now we're gonna read on a little bit,
Before Jesus, all right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
but so you hear that the oracles of God belong to the Israelites. Now, there's a reason why, as we're reading, we're being heckled when we're just reading the Bible. He wants me to bring out Revelations 2:26. Why, I don't know. When that says we're going to be given a rod to rule the
For
nations.
that message, Revelations 2:26.
Can you paraphrase it?
We're waiting for that. Revelations 2:26.
I know, do you know what it says?
No, I want to hear that. You know what I mean? I'm waiting all this time.
Hey,
for
brother,
Revelation.
watch this.
Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. We're going to come back to that. Get it. I want you to hear the authority you're going to have over his people. He told me to get it, not me. So it's not my fault. Just listen, brother. I understand you might not think that there should be a hierarchy.
And I get that means like there's like even more decisiveness or like reality, but I do think like even if it's true, like even if I be a worthy judge, why speak it? Why have those words?
Because God told you to. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. And show my people their transgressions and the sons of Jacob their sins. That's right. You were ordered to, brother. Go ahead and get that.
It's Revelations 2, verse 26.
Woo!
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Over the
As the
nations.
vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
Over
So
the
he just
nations.
literally told me to read the verse that
Over the
tells you
nations,
that
over
you're
the
going to be
nations.
granted authority over the nations to beat them. This is wood. Imagine if this was made of iron. If he raised his voice to us, I could beat him 39 times.
Yup.
according to the laws of the Bible.
That's true.
And he just told me to read that. Why? I don't know.
Because this is on Bible, you know. That is the message of God. Jesus, one way, Jesus.
I guess that's the thing. It's like, you know, there's such extremes in life. Like, almost like, you know, this isn't really, you know, we all know this isn't heaven. There's that thing of like, where do we place ourselves? And like, you know, God gives us you. But what do we do that's actually right? Do we get our heavenly very strong? Do we do that thing where we're actually looking at the other? That's the opposite thing. So, you know,
How do you make heaven on earth when one group of people have raped, robbed, and murdered everywhere they've gone? Walk with me. Walk with me. The so-called white man, how did he take Australia? Australia. Australia. And they did what when they got there? All of them didn't die. How did they take that land, brother?
they, okay, honestly, they got enough criminals until they all stopped dying. They had like little huts, and then they set up British colonies and stuff like that. And then eventually those stopped getting attacked, those that ran over by them. And then they had, you know, set up.
You missed the part where they enslaved the indigenous people, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Building up their own thing, and then they couldn't
That's
fight
true.
back. Then they did, because they even have problems against murder. So I'm just saying, like,
I know.
Their government had like issues getting really anything.
I'm just trying to have you walk with me real quick. We're just doing a quick field trip, right?
But there's like, yeah, there's steps to how all that happens.
Okay, so how about New Zealand? Same story, right?
Wellington.
More or less.
How about
How about America?
Wellington?
Same story, right?
How about Wellington?
The people tried to escape stuff, but then they ended up creating the same thing.
Are you familiar with a man called Oliver Cromwell? Look him up. So when he was part of the so-called Englishmen who were making war against the Scots, the Irish, and the Welsh, the French, and I believe, who's the other group? Basically the UK, right? He was pushing them out,
Basically,
and
UK.
he was sending them to the west coast of Africa
Elizabeth
and to the Americas in the Caribbean.
Wimbledon.
You know how they say the Irish were part of the slave trade in the Caribbean? That's why they say that. When it
There was more so throughout like the U.S. territory, or what is now the U.S. territory, like a lot of areas like potatoes, and that's why they were shipping back and forth.
Well, hold on. But you're conflating a lot of history because there wasn't just one migration from Ireland over here. You had the indigenous Irish. They were the ones who comprised the slaves who were sent to the Caribbean. You're talking about the Irish who later came over in the 18 and 1900s.
From England or what?
And they primarily comprised the police, the firefighters, and basically your middle management jobs.
I mean, like there was like Irish and Dutch and German that came to like even places like Texas and even up north.
Correct.
Throughout like the first couple of years of that colonization.
Are you familiar with something called the European competition? Where you had the French, you had the Dutch, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the British, and I believe the French and Italians to a minor degree.
Like
They were
Texas.
engaging in slavery.
Six
And they were
Flags.
competing to see who could have the most profitable and largest footprint in the slave trade.
Do you know about that Six Flags?
I learned a good portion of it.
The Spanish, French, Republican of Texas, United States, Six Flags.
You know, just like go throughout the Gulf.
Estados Confederados in Mexico, Six Flags, waving this land. Yeah, no Iraq, no Muslim, no. Six Flags, just Six Flags waving over Texas. No Rio Nilo, not Euphrates, no Ephraim, just Texas. Yeah, the land of freedom.
But here's the thing, though. If you're in your brother's house, that's
Brave.
one thing.
The Lone
But
Star
what if
State.
you're in your own house
Yeah,
and your
no
enemy is
German,
taking it
no
over?
German,
And he won't give it back.
French, Spanish, Mexican, Texas, Republic of Texas, United States of America. That is the Six Flags.
I know this is
No more. No more. No more.
No, I'm good, brother. I ate before I came out here. Not that I don't trust you, but I just ate before I came out here.
Yeah, I can try it. What is that?
Yeah, you can get that.
Tuna.
is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt,
Did you hear?
and whether thieves do not break through nor
Look that
steal.
color,
Start the top.
man. Like a
Check this
bread
out.
color.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19.
Tuna.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
So we're not supposed to be laying up treasures on earth,
Then the pressure.
right?
This place.
That's why I'm trying to tell you, as an Israelite brother,
Pressure, you know what I
you're
mean?
supposed to come back to the righteous acts and laws of God, so that when the Son returns, you can be rewarded as a good and diligent servant.
So,
What's up?
Nice.
my first name is Sergio or Sergio.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
My first name is Sergio or Sergio.
Sergio,
Okay.
el bailador, the dancer. Sergio el bailador.
Well, some
Sergio.
people say dancer, but in Latin it means more so like slave. So it's just kind of funny because it's like, oh, some people say,
His
like-
first name is Sergio.
yeah,
Like the
people say
bailador, the dancer guy.
Checo, or like nicknames and stuff like that. But it really just means that. But people come up with nicknames for everything that doesn't mean that, but might mean that.
Okay. So I have a question though. Before the Spanish conquistador came here, what language did your people speak?
I think maybe something close to Nahuatl. Franco in it.
Nahuatl.
Yeah, I'm not good with that.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know that's a broken dialect of Hebrew?
I've heard that the Lakota have like the almost the exact same alphabet as.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Now, here's the
one
thing, though.
letter.
But hold on. That's because we're all Israelites, brother. Why do you think that when the Spanish came over, they had men with them like Luis de Torres, who spoke Hebrew and was a translator for the conquistador with the indigenous people here?
Remember the Alamo.
And I guess that's the funny thing because along with being like more indigenous than I need to be to live on a reservation, I'm also partially Arabic and African.
On your mom's side?
Dad's side, so it's all that same lineage. So part of me is thinking Moorish and then mixed with indigenous.
Okay. Is that from 23andMe?
Yeah, but then there's also a good percentage they just couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
Which
Next
is-
time, when you look up 23andMe at home, go to their website, and they literally tell you for entertainment purposes only. Did you know that?
And to determine
I
purpose only.
haven't been on that account in a while, and it got
And to
shut down.
determine
the website.
purpose only.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They did shut down. That's right. 23andMe did shut down. That's right.
Did you throw it away?
Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
No worry,
'Cause,
no worry.
yeah,
It's okay. I
Yeah,
usually
good.
replan them, but it's all chill.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I like this brother's spirit. Very meek and mild.
Hold on.
But see, the thing that this brother has to understand is, in the kingdom to come, man, you're gonna have to be willing to be harsh with your enemies.
Really anywhere, like you gotta scoop through.
See, this is the spirit. Like, I love you, brother. You have a very welcoming spirit.
Yeah.
But I have a question.
They have a good.
If you could go
foundation.
back to 1492,
Oh my god! Why?
what would you do to the
We don't know to
conquistador
return it.
coming to
No,
you?
you don't return. Don't return.
What would you tell your people to do?
Let's free. This is freedom.
like that. There's just 300 years of where we just keep on going the same way. So part of me is like, honestly, I just join them.
You'd what?
I just join them.
You would join the conquistador?
No, I'm saying I would just join like the.
Join
Concord.
his family. You know.
Can you get closer? Because I'm sorry, man. I can't hear you.
I would
Ah,
just
my
join the
God.
Concord.
Okay. And doing what? Would you make war against the conquistador, or would you welcome them in?
Conquistador.
Knowing what you know right now.
Look that guy. Hey, this is Francisco Madero on your right side. You know. Listen that guy. You know. The other guy.
Like this is a bit like this is a bit like.
God bless this country. God bless America. God bless Texas. The greatest land on earth. Texas. God bless Texas. God bless San Antonio and the families and all our kids. God bless this country. God bless this country and all these people. Freedom isn't free. We are doing our duty for your free. We are members of the military. We are former Navy SEAL. You know what I mean? We have training to keep this land free from dangerous people, you know, like a cop.
So, but that still leaves my question unanswered. But before we go back to it, I want to read something. Give me Psalms 50
Okay,
and start at 16.
I can hear you.
Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked God said, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing that thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee?
Now, you were saying you were hoping that you could establish more Christian values with the conquistador.
Kinda, just like have them survive, have another group show up, and then kind of, you know, have it where when you look at, kind of when you look at how I'm trying to remember his name, but there's this Moorish guy that went to the Netherlands, places throughout like Germanic tribes and the Slavic, throughout that like very northern part of the divide of Eurasia. So when he went there, he was pretty much like an ambassador, but it was this thing of like he had to like learn how they were because there wasn't much like overall like written contact of like accounts. So he had to like describe them as people. He had to figure out how they live. He had to like essentially assimilate, but still differentiate. So he had to like enlist himself in essentially being them, but also still remaining kind of, you know.
I get what you're saying. You say he was a Moor, though, right?
Yeah. So
Who were the Moors?
So they were a mix of people throughout, I believe, what is Portugal that went into places like the Middle East and Africa, and then all kind of
The Spanish
So-
people.
yeah, well, some Spanish, some Portuguese, but overall a mix of people, and they kind of, I know all of them had different like emphases on mathematics and sciences.
So just to be brief, the Moors were a multi-ethnic group, but they were comprised of a very specific group of people in Europe. They were those who you would call the Berbers, right? The Bantu people who were in North Africa, who were dominated by Muhammad and his forces in the 7th and 8th century via the Arab conquest of the Maghreb. Those are my people who were subjugated to them, or they became members of Islam and they fought against their own brothers in Europe.
Can I ask you something?
You can wait. You've been rude this whole time. You can wait.
No, I'm not. You're a rude guy.
I'm literally talking to him.
Talk like this. Talk
I'm
like
literally
that.
talking
Your
to him.
mind.
You're talking over him.
You look like
You see how meek and mild this brother is? You talked over him.
50 Cent, like
No,
you're
no offense, but like I can speak for myself, but I'm not really stressing anybody.
I get you.
We're sharing ideas. You know what I mean? Because we're humans.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't want to talk to
Ah.
you. Straight up and straight out. I don't want to talk to you.
Alright.
What you do is your own volition,
You know
but I don't want to talk to
about
you.
this guy. This guy is.
See, and again,
He's
this
in
it's
Jesus.
childish, man.
He's in Jesus.
But here's the thing, though. He will overstep his boundaries, and when he does, I'm going to go ham on this dude.
He has a history. Francisco y Madero looked at Bible. It's in a Bible, but
Yeah.
it's no
No.
election. My dear friend. Yeah. This is the president of Mexico. You know what I mean? Madero.
You know that was during a time where y'all were cutting deals with the Spanish. You remember how I called you a coon when you first walked up? I was mistaken. You're just a son of the slave master.
With your mic, you're rude.
I am. So leave us alone.
Why? This is Nueva Dam.
I thought we were rude.
This is Nueva Dam.
I thought we were rude.
Nueva Dam. Nueva
See,
Dam.
again, I don't want to talk to you, but you're making an effort to talk to me.
I can be here.
You can. That's cool.
I can talk with
You
anyone
can.
like you.
Yeah. Uh-huh. See, I want you to swoon back on those beers,
Sergio,
because this is for my camera.
how do you
Texas is a mutual combat state. I am waiting for you to overstep your bounds, and I am going to beat the brakes off of you. I'm waiting for you to overstep your bounds. I'm just waiting.
Six lakhs.
And you will.
6 lakhs.
You will. I'm going to just give it enough time. You will.
United States of America,
But, brother,
Republic
so
of
the Moors were
States.
our people. Somewhat. Not all of them. But the ones who were in the Iberian Peninsula, because what does Eber stand for? I-B-E-R. What is that for? What does that mean? What does that go back to? It's biblical. It goes back to the forefather Eber. It's how you get the term Hebrew. So the Iberian Peninsula, or Iberia, means land of the Hebrews.
Iberia, like Portugal. What are you talking about? Yeah,
There we
Porto, Lisboa. Yeah.
But here's the thing. What he's saying, he doesn't even understand who the original Portuguese and Spanish were.
I know.
He thinks those white people over there today are the originals, and they're not.
Do you want to see a picture of
I
me
don't.
in Lisboa?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I
Well,
have it.
that-
Sergio.
that's
I
the
have a
thing, 'cause,
picture
like,
in Lisboa.
With
With
some
the
people
Spanish thing,
that
you know what I
are
mean?
like Spanish, like over here, they'll say that, but then it's the same thing over there where there's people that still look somewhat of the original people. Because when you look at like people that are like Greek, like I'm partially Greek, right? But the thing is,
What? Partially what?
I'm partially Greek.
Partially Greek. Okay.
But the thing is, that's on my mom's side. But they're like somewhat white. So it's this thing of like, I know they're not ultra that because they're a mix of other things, but also just looking at them, they're not really all that tan.
I want to
Which,
show you.
you know, when you see it, it's not like Hercules. They're not out there with, like, there's some people that have red hair, but, you know, usually it was through a migration of the wars that happened, of people that, you know, ended up moving from, like, oftentimes people in northern countries because they didn't have the farmland to be able to get their own stuff, needing to go to other countries.
I get what you're saying. But what if I told you the original Greeks are not the people who's in Greece within, like, the last about 1,000 years? The Minoans and the Etruscans were the original Greeks. The Mycenaeans were the interlopers, the invaders. Those were the so-called white people who invaded Greece.
Look this
Alexander the Macedonian, remember him?
This is a Greek finger. You know
And then the Battle of Granicus,
this is a great food.
right? One of the actual battles where they conquered Greece.
It's larger than the others. It's a great finger. You know what I mean? It's like a,
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you good.
There's a lot going on.
I
right
know,
now, bro.
I know, I know.
San Antonio is a
Look
blessed
this
city.
Greek-
I
It
know
is, man.
But at the
Look
same
this
time,
Greek
like,
food.
bro,
You
sometimes
know,
you can't
the-
help
the
but be
middle
like,
finger is
you
larger
know,
than
it's like-
others. That is
okay,
a great
I'm gonna let
food.
people go through this stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
I want to read something to you. Give me Mark 4:14.
I'm from
Check this out, man. This is why he doesn't even understand. When you read about the devil in the Bible, devil just means deceiver.
I'm from Micono.
He's literally personifying the deceiver. I have a question. If you were trying to learn something that was very important, and you had some like evil gremlin sitting there laughing and making noise and shit like that, when you call that a demon or a devil?
From Greece, Hercules from Greece.
I don't know. I think, like,
That is
it all depends on who you are. Because for me, like, I've had some, like, terrible times where, like, all I have is, like, a goofy dog sitting around me. And I'm like, this does not help whatsoever. But at the same time, like, sometimes it's kind of like going on the whale. You think, like, okay, it's going to be this path, it's going to work out, I'm just got to do this, this, and this. And then sometimes, like, nope, it's going to be terrible. You're not going to do anything around you what you know. You're going to have to adapt every single second just because, you know, that's what this moment is for you. Part of me is, like, the Concord, they have this belief that, like, God comes to them every day as the sun, and the sun rises over the ocean. And the same thing as when it's set, so that's, you know, the, you know, essentially setting for the day. Of course, they did have people that were, like, you know, I don't want to say, like, they would stay up or stuff like that, but you know what I mean? Like, essentially watch over the man. But, like, the main point is, like, in each day, like, you know, we never really know what's going to happen. We can have a plan, but then, you know, oh, this happens,
Of course.
You know, blessing.
Do you believe in the Bible?
You know, detriment.
Do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
So everything happens according to God's plan and to his glory.
Yeah.
I want to show you that people like this are accounted for in the Bible. Go ahead and get it.
God plans like great music.
Mark chapter 4, verse 14. The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately, and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
The word Satan only means adversary or opponent. So that's why, despite saying he's our brother, his actions betray him.
I'm the son of God like
See,
you.
Satan cometh immediately
We're
and
good.
taketh away the word. So while we're reading the Bible, he don't want to hear it.
I'm half Spanish, half
everybody has their
Germany, and half
possibility.
American. And half
Possibility to do what?
And half
So
Mexico.
like, for instance, like I know people that like are very close to me, and I question like you might be Christian, but like is your idea of God not like can he be that biased? Can he have his children be that he's out of it? And then there's people that I know that are kind of on the reflective. They're very close to them too, and they're not as much of a believer. They're not as very stringent with their ideas. But then it's just like they hold peace and solace within them. And part of me is like there should be something about that. Like if one's idea of God be it that more true, then they shall believe in God. You know what I mean? Like, how can you believe in God and not uphold, what his life is to him? It's like, isn't this ultimate test?
So I have a question.
That's how I see it.
Well, I get what you're saying. But say you believe in God and I believe in God. How do we see who actually believes in God according to his word?
Well, I believe, like, both, I believe there is, so when both of you say God, we're both saying there is a God, right? So, if God be true and he be just, then if it not be that we both believe in somewhat what is true to his right, like we don't break his ways enough. You know what I mean? Like, I heard this quote where it says, you live each day of your life, and heaven's door is like there for you, right? But then, like as you go on, it starts to close. So as you're going to heaven, the opportunity gets slimmer and slimmer, right? No matter how far it is, eventually when you get there, you get there. But if you stray, you're not going to be near the door.
What if I told you heaven is only for the Israelites and there's nothing you can do to get out of it?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Well, I don't mean to sound like weird or anything, but I'm like certain I'm going. So it's just one of those things.
You're certain you're going?
I don't mean to sound like off or anything like that, but yeah, like
Well, check this out. Can you get me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7?
I like that word. Check. Oh, man. Check.
And read verse 28. So that brings up a really good question, because if people are saying they know God, well, how do you know who knows God? Because I could be a triple murderer and say I know God.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I can be that.
You see what I'm saying? Anybody can claim to know God.
My goodness.
I heard this guy that like had a testimony about kind of knowing God, but he more so knew death through that. Which part of me is like that's sad, but part of me is like me personally. What he said did hold true, because he said one can only experience God through almost letting their life go. And part of me is like, I've had that too many times where I'm just like, I'm kind of stuck here, man.
Okay. But here's the thing, though. If you believe in the God of the Bible, if me and you claim to believe in Yahweh, that's God's name in the Paleo
Yeah,
Hebrew.
how about this? Good name?
Close.
Is it good one?
No.
No?
The letter J is only 500 years
Okay,
old.
I'm talking about Jahala. I'm a son of Jahala. Yes, I am.
So what should you be doing, son of Yahweh?
I'm living in peace. You know what I mean? That is, yeah.
So go ahead and get
That is
that.
the way. That is the way to live a great life. You know what I mean? That is
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, verse 28. For God loves none but him that dwells with wisdom.
So God doesn't love anyone but those who dwell with wisdom. What
He loves
wisdom
me.
are we talking
Jehovah
about?
loves me. Jehovah loves me. Jehovah loves me.
That the world
Because I'm
allows
his
us to go
son.
on and
We're
bring
brothers.
things forward.
Jehovah
Get Deuteronomy 4 and
is
5.
coming. Jehovah is coming.
Because the wisdom of God is pointed out directly in Deuteronomy 4. Go ahead and get it.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
This is the great, the best.
So the wisdom of the scriptures, that is the wisdom that is being talked about. God dwells with none but those who dwell in his wisdom, the Bible.
The book of wisdom. That is the book.
So if you say you know God, but you don't know what God has said through his prophets, do you really know him?
I believe there's more ways than other people's written texts of, God's account that hold true. Like, I believe God holds himself and, just facts that apply to himself, like,
Everybody's
just
going
seeing
on.
people on a day-to-day. Or, how the plants around you grow. Because if not the light, what else is there really besides, what we say, what lives on.
I get what you're saying.
And I guess that's just me, because, like, part of me is, like, I know people that will read stuff and they'll base it off of, like, their own ideology. Like, it'll be this relative to this relative, and it's, well, in this part it says this and this. And then the other one will say, no, it's this. And it's like, you're doing the exact opposite with the thing you're trying to uphold. What basis is that, instead of it not being reasons between two people and forgiveness that is sent from above?
But the thing is, though, who is forgiveness given by?
Well, I guess that depends on how you look at it. From a social point of view,
I'm talking about from the point of the Bible.
it seems very much like one and another. But then, higher up, of course, it is from God. And
It's
I
from
guess
God,
that's
right?
The thing. If somebody's not willing to see that, then they truly show their lack of wisdom.
Okay. Now,
But then it's the thing of, like, if you dive into that idea, then you got to see, how is this? What is the reasoning of it all? Does it hold true to, what is associated with God? Is there justice involved? Is there priority of peace?
but the thing is, God never told you there's a priority of peace. Can you show me in the Bible where God said to make peace? Give me, there is no peace unto the wicked.
Well, then there's a judgment from him.
There's a judgment.
Yeah. And
So what if God's judgment is to not forgive your enemies?
Just the thing.
This is to my camera as well as to you, brother. I understand that you are willing to forgive. That doesn't mean God is.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing. There's different moments where, you gotta follow that reason. You gotta try and look into it from a higher point of view than just yourself, for others and the people around you.
Okay. Well, check this out real quick.
It's Isaiah chapter 48, verse 22. There is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked.
Yeah, straight to the point. So if there's no peace to the wicked, then who is the most wicked of them all who doesn't get repentance at all? Give me Hebrews 12 and 16. There's a group of people that God literally said will never be forgiven.
What kind of group of people are you talking about?
Oh, you're going to see. It's your daddy.
All right.
It's Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau,
One more time.
who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, For he found no place of repentance.
No, he gets repentance eventually.
Found no place of
No,
repentance.
he's our friend now.
He found no place of
We're
repentance.
all one big happy family.
He found no place of repentance.
No place.
Now, you remember when I said you might be inclined to forgive, but God ain't?
You can save your soul.
I'm just proving it,
Your
brother.
soul. If you listen that guy, you can save your soul.
Yet, though he sought it carefully with tears. Get that part.
If you wanna save your soul, save your soul.
See, he's speaking good, but all he's got to do is say, come out the Bible.
No.
I'm not saying I know everything, but I know enough to teach the Bible to my brethren and my sister.
Genesis, number, behind Christ, after Christ, Apocalypse.
And I guess that's part of where we're going today. And part of me is like hopeful.
Allah,
Because I know there's people that are mixed, and you know, one part of it isn't all of it. And part of me kind of hopes that is that people don't get judged based off of, you know, what maybe a quarter or half or, you know, 3/4 of them are.
Okay.
But instead, like, okay, God being like, you know, they lived and they lived in this vessel.
I'm sorry, last part.
They lived and they lived in this vessel, but they have held. They lived on in my life. And part of me is hopeful.
I get what you're saying, but what if I told you that something in the Bible called regeneration? Right? Everybody believes in reincarnation, but that principle comes from the Bible. It's called regeneration. When you die, your spirit departs your vessel. It returns to the Most High God. You receive a judgment, and then you live again.
in a better way.
That's in 2nd Ezra 14:34 through 35. That's called regeneration. When you're reborn, you come back in the same tribe with the same gender. Now, you might look different because you are who your father is. Well, what if your mother's a Japanese woman
Can I look different?
or Chinese?
Maybe. Or
You would look different, right?
or Hondureño.
It'd be cool. But I ran into a Mexican cat. His mother was Japanese.
O como
I couldn't even tell he was Mexican. I thought he was straight up Japanese.
o como de-
They're from the nation of Ammon in the Bible. But upon talking to him further, I found out he was from the tribe of Issachar.
como Mohamed.
You see what I'm saying? There are certain things that as an Israelite, you can't get rid of it. The way we behave, the way we think and solve problems, how useful we are. The Bible says all that took us captive held us fast and refused to let us go.
Hey, can I say something?
Why do you think here in America, no matter how much the Mexican man works,
Sergio, Sergio,
they'll never let you go?
this in your heart, Sergio. You need to follow your way.
Yo, Shalom, King.
Hey, you're not
King,
wrong.
Shalom. Hey, what's up? So we got a scoffer here. He's trying to get his ass kicked. So where y'all going, man? About to go to camp?
Just showing love, man. Come on.
Hey, all praises.
We're on this way. One way, Jesus.
So we out here, we just talking to blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, letting them know that they are the real children of the Bible. We're the children of God. See, and Sergio, don't be distracted, whether it be by friends or by foes. Don't be distracted.
I was just gonna say hello.
Yeah, say hello, but don't be distracted. Because the main goal out here is to read the Bible. Right?
Yeah,
It should be in Job.
that is the point.
Yeah. Or an individual. Yeah, I'll get it. Because I know what you're saying. Everyone is not evil, right? When you look in the Bible, somebody like Daniel. Daniel was basically right up under multiple kings, right? He was under King, what was it? A king, what's his name? Ahasuerus? Or Nebuchadnezzar, Salakia. He was under Nebuchadnezzar, and he was under King Darius the Mede.
Daniel was the dreamer. Daniel,
But he was still in captivity.
yeah,
So it's not a matter of your station in your captivity. If your people are in slavery, your people are in slavery,
because his brother.
right? Fine. Okay, I'll get it.
Daniel
Slack.
the dreamer. Yeah, that's it.
But give me Isaiah 29 real quick. Because one of the things that we have to start preaching according to is according to the Bible. Because you remember I was talking about if me and you both say we believe in the Bible, you shouldn't just say, well, we'll leave it at that. You can claim to know what you know and I know what I know. We have to go to these scriptures to see who's telling the truth. And go down, yeah, right there. Up. Yeah, go to 10. There you go.
It's Isaiah chapter 29, verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets of your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. And the visions of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed.
So the Bible, in and of itself, is a sealed book. By sealed, I mean it's almost like it's encoded. Although we all might read the same words, it means something completely different based on what you know about the Bible and how the Most High God is dealing with you spiritually.
I heard this funny thing a bit ago where somebody I knew was on a call, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I don't remember exactly how they phrased it, but they said something along like they went to church, but then the person over the phone was like, but did you really go? But they said, but did you really go? Kind of the thing along the lines of, they showed up, but did they really experience it? Did they really uphold the message? Which part of me was like, I know the person, I know they do, like they try, but then there's this essence of like that. Like, is the person over the phone kind of jokingly being like, did you listen? Did you pay attention? You went, but did you go? Were you avid with it? I'm trying to remember how they phrased it though. That's another thing.
So I got it right here. This, not to interrupt you, I just want to make sure you get this. This is Job 34:29. When he giveth quietness, who can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. So the Most High God can render judgment against a nation, and he can render judgment against individuals. As a matter of fact, he does both. So I have a question. For the last 400 to 500 years worth of rape, robbery, and slavery, what should the judgment be for the enemies of God's children?
Well, good portion of them are dead.
Oh.
So part of me is like, does their soul not?
Remember that thing, regeneration, I told you about? So that means they're still here, sir. Give me Lamentations 5 and 7, and then give me Isaiah 14:23 or 21. Because one of the things that, unfortunately, you said what most of our enemies say all the time. I'm not the person who enslaved you. I'm not the one who stole your land. They might not be the people who did those things, but they sure are the people who won't leave and get what they stole back.
That's true.
So let's see what the Bible has to say.
In California, they're starting to. Yeah, I'm just messing. I'm like in California, they're starting to. The land back movement. Yeah, they got like, I think a couple thousand acres, like 100,000, and then I think like 200,000 more up north of California, and then somewhere up towards the Great Lakes.
I have a question. If I stole your entire country, do you want a square mile back?
No, but then part of me is
Think
like,
about
whenever
it.
I go to
Think about
places
it.
where like I really resonate from, nobody really wants to be there. So part
I
of me
get
is
that.
like,
I'm talking about for your
I have to
nation,
go
though.
somewhere where like, yeah, I wouldn't be going. But like, yeah, I get what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be pretty cool to see, a lot more ubiquity in the piece. But I think a lot of people live on well here.
Yeah, that would be like this brother just said, you prepared a whole feast for your family. I kicked your door down, pushed you out your chair, and me and my people ate all the food and gave you a few crumbs.
I think that's like kind of like the thing though. I think that's why this area like holds really like close values between people, because the whole don't miss with Texas thing, like even in the Alamo, a good portion of them were different tribes that just, didn't really go on with other tribes. Like the Comanches, they moved along towards the Texas territory, and then they kind of worked with the Spaniards, but then they had problems with the Spaniards too. But since they already moved in the area, other tribes already had problems with them. for the Spaniards, they placed kind of a thing where they were able to like get other tribes to go against them, and then whenever it was a thing of like holding different fortresses, they just kept on doing stuff like that.
So we're gonna touch on that because there's a curse amongst us.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people need to resonate with the idea of peace between, whether it be throughout the Middle East, whether it be all throughout the Americas. Like, all these areas get separated. And, like, seeing areas like India, like, have you seen the reports where they just, like, interview, like, random citizens, like, the ambitions they have towards the Middle East and vice versa? Like, part of me is like,
The reason why, but brother, the reason why everyone has these weird relations in these areas is because who had the Indians in slavery? In India, the British. That's the reason why India and Pakistan today don't get along. They're at war right now. Because India wants to side with America, and Pakistan is like, yo, we try to be independent. That's the same thing they did with the tribes here. They would arm one tribe with bows, guns, food, and then they would starve another tribe out. And then when that other starved out tribe started to have to war with the other tribe, then the white man would take advantage of it.
I think it was more so like guns and machine goods. For the most part, like, food was pretty much dominated through, you know, whoever could survive in the land.
Nah, well, let's get this though. Go ahead and read this, brother.
Well, in some accounts, like when you look up north, there's sometimes where like they would just like get at everything. But that's the thing, like if everything's like in the same place, then yeah. But then when you look at areas like over here, but I guess that's the thing. Like for the most part, that's just how I imagine things. Like as if I'm exactly living the life that would have been, you know, kind of set for me before, which is oftentimes pretty tragic. You know, thinking about what my name was, thinking about what people would have, you know, been like, oh, that dude in the water, can you get him? You know, it's not a great thought, but then at the same time, it's like, I look at it now, I apply for different stuff, and people, you know, think a certain way. It's like, you know, how far off is it?
Well, check this out. Check this out.
It's Lamentations chapter 5, verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities.
Get me Isaiah 14 and 21. Right. So the reason why we are subjugated to our enemies today is because of the sins of our forefathers. Right? As the Israelites, we are ordered to serve no other God except for the God of the Bible. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't our native brothers serve the Great Spirit? Some of them served the sun. Some of them served all types of totems and spiritual gods.
Yeah, and I think that's where you see some of the, like, kind of issues. But then I think a lot of people, like, you know, they did, like, build a lot of, you know, I'm trying to think of the word they tried to use. It's more so, like, religious exploitations where they build a monument, and they have the people build the monument, and then out of it they, you know, give them some stuff that they ship over, but then throughout the season they're not able to get stuff back over, so then, you know, people need to identify, the mission. Yeah, the mission.
Missionaries?
Yeah,
Like a
well,
Spanish mission, like El Alamo, the Alamo, San Jose, Spanish mission.
yeah, like the ones that
Five
used to be
mission over
churches
Texas, San
before.
Antonio.
Well, hold on. But who brought that doctrine here?
Well,
The same people who brought you this. Can you hold that up for me, brother?
These guys.
but the
Sergio.
thing being that, like, that ideology kind of being like,
Hold on. I want you to walk with me, Sergio. I want you to walk with me.
okay,
The people who brought the ideology that those missions were propagating to the people brought you a white Christ. And they also said if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you could be burned alive. You could have your hands cut off.
yeah, and I guess that's the thing that really holds true, because you've heard of the Aztec dude
Are
that had
you
his
afraid
hands
of
cut
God?
off,
Sergio,
and
that is
the,
my
the,
question.
the people in his group put
Are you
blades
afraid of God?
in the sockets
I think so.
of his wrist, and he kept on going to battle whenever they would all go. And it's just the thing of, like, so you know the accounts are true because there's accounts of it's the thing with, like, how they brought in those
Punishment
churches.
of
You know,
God.
they would bring them in, realize, well, this is an area where we get food. We have to travel a day you had to tell them where to go.
But what you're really telling me is they brought hardship on the people.
Yeah.
That's all.
And essentially, it was a thing of like, oh, they have this thing that like, they have this thing that is preserved. And, it's like this. They have money. They have stuff that Europe has manufactured things to get quicker or associate. And then they took that unwarranted blessing and then exploited the area. And that is exactly everything that the kind of culture is kind of against. Like you see more birds than you see elk. Or sorry, not elk. You see more birds than you see deer. You go after that more fish, turtle, whatever. It's not really a thing of like what is really appetized for, but what is there for everything. And I guess that's the thing. Is once you see past that, it's almost like ambition.
Well, hold on, because we're jumping the gun again. What does God believe, Sergio?
1 second though.
No, brother, no. Because you're telling me what we do as men. What did God tell you to do? Right. So give me Isaiah 14:21. Because I understand what you're saying, brother. They brought hardship, and we got to move past it. But you can move past it according to God's laws, not your own desires.
But that's the thing.
Not
That's what I'm saying is once you
not
move past
Pixar comes
like
loud,
what's actually present
God's
and into
law.
your own ambition, like past what's blessings or warranted,
Part,
you're not within your own peace, you're not within your own actions where
part.
it is warranted by
This
you.
is the law
You gotta
of
follow
Texas.
a point where you're
Texas.
almost like the thing where he's judging, but he's still sad about the judgment. You remember that?
God isn't sad about any of the judgments that he makes. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Get that real quick and then go to Isaiah 59 after that.
Start at 1 and 2 and then
It's Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of their Lord, for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Jacob with the big.
So according to the Bible, that said that we are going to take our slave master into captivity. Now, when you say forgiving, you still have to restore the party that was exploited.
And I guess that's the thing, like, for me, I think, like, the idea of if I have to have them face judgment, it's that thing of, like, I don't see the judgment being that light. Like, why would I not just, how do I put this, like, put them in front of God's light and let them go on from there. If they have another life from that, cool. If they're eternally,
Yeah, why y'all got that black baby like that? That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. See, again, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, man, especially you men, y'all need to rise up to the occasion. This white devil feel confident walking around with our children. See, again, and nobody even bats an eye when a white man walk around with a black baby. But let a black man have a little white girl with him. See, again, and you're asking, well, why can't we move past it and forgive? Sergio, if you forgive these people for what they did, how do your people improve from their lot right now?
and I guess that's the thing. A lot of people, like, they just trying to avoid it. And
No,
I guess that's
no,
like,
follow my question. Follow my question. Your people are being kicked out of their own land right now.
Old land,
You're being shoved in prison by the hundreds of thousands every year.
like Israel or Palestine.
Right now, even the crops here in America aren't even getting picked because your people got deported by the millions.
No way.
I'm gonna be honest with you though.
We are protecting this land. Yes,
Like,
sir.
I get it, like a lot is going on from many people's point of view, but a lot of stuff is shifting. And it's one of those things where when I look at these counterparts, it's like there's two there's two active reservations now in
We're
Texas.
protecting this land.
They weren't really as active before. So part of me now is like, although one of them runs through a casino, part of me is at least like, there's people getting land, and then the talk is not losing it. It's the fact on how much we're gonna get back. And part of me is like, God might already be kind of turning that clock. It's just that thing of like, you know, sometimes you just gotta smile and be like, yeah, San Antonio might have a bunch of people that aren't using stuff that's, you know, thrown around them and terrible for them, and, you know, you might be, you know, getting a bunch of food that ships from out of nowhere. But when you look at it, it's kind of crazy, because no matter
Shalom,
what,
King.
you kind of see
Shalom, y'all.
you know, we still got people out here, we still got HEB. When you look at it,
Shalom. Now we hug, right? Yes, sir. Nice meeting you.
when you look at it,
Yes, sir.
that's
Next time, maybe, man, we'll have a little free time.
it's kind of us determining the market. When you look at stores like HEB, like we grow stuff around us, and then
But again, that's what I'm trying. Okay, so let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and start at 15 real quick. Yeah, because it ain't gonna do no good. 15 and, or I'm sorry, 28, 15.
Why, like, oh, God didn't design it, but then around it, still great.
So, because the judgment of the Most High God, you're right, it is being carried out. But what if the Most High God's judgment is to put the Israelites' enemies out little by little before the final judgment comes?
And I guess that's the thing, it's like, part of me knows there's that sliver of judgment that the part of me leans on to the people that I passed. Because, you know, seeing that, like, where you have your life and you're barely like, okay, is it anymore? Part of me is like, I kind of hope that God does it a little better. You know, part of me hopes that, you know, they either live on a better life, or, you know, part of me kind of is like, if it be that they're terrible, I hope that God chooses what he chooses. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it's very melancholy. It's very like, you know,
I want to read a couple of things to you, because I think you need to understand why we have curses on us. Why has God's judgment not gone out on our enemies that enslave us and put us in prison? Go ahead and get it, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
There's a reason why I was talking about our people worshiping other gods. Because when we don't worship the Most High God and keep his commandments, there are curses that come upon our people. This is one of the curses. Can you start at verse 47 for me and read down?
How old are you, buddy?
Deuteronomy 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
So, when we were put in slavery to the Spanish, to the English, the Dutch, Portuguese, etc., right? They put collars of iron upon our necks, our feet, and our hands to bind us. And we worked under hardship for hundreds of years. But after they took those iron collars off, how many of us revolted and wanted freedom? Very few.
cool. And I guess that's the thing. When you look at Texas history, it's a bit different. Like,
Texas streets are
so, for me, when I think about it, when that kind of stuff happens, like I have no other thing to respond but what really happened before, and that is, you know, get on the
show. That's manche. Yeah, big
Tribal warfare.
Headshot. Headshot.
thing is, that went on 300 years.
Yeah,
100 more territory.
yeah,
What did that loss? there's already acts of like, you know, can't really like
Hunting
people unless it's like a war thing, but oftentimes it was a war thing. So it was oftentimes, like for me for instance, it would be me getting everybody away, and then if I get caught, I'm essentially stuck. I'm, you know, off doing sugar cane.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, sugar cane, exactly.
But the thing is though,
So,
it's up to God what happens, right? So it's I know you're saying if it were up to
just
you,
to be honest, in that instance, I'm
but so, but this okay. So this is another example of our people being destroyed. Because if you were in your right mind, brother, you would say everybody who had a role in murdering and raping your people deserved the same in return.
I don't think they deserve like the vile stuff. Like I think like death,
I'm not saying the
I
rape,
think death
but the
like is one where it's like if you're doing it for the good of society and like people benefit from that person being gone, then it's a thing of like
Sergio, this country would benefit immensely if white people weren't here. Are you serious?
I think there's some good people.
Tell me one improvement to America that has happened since these people came here.
For instance, like people,
Just one thing,
and I know
Sergio,
this sounds
is
crazy,
your
but like
opportunity.
think like way back when to even that point, there's people like Billy the Kid that were like, I'm stuck in this situation. Other people are stuck in worse situations. Bro, I'm gonna get something and I'm gonna throw all of it out. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Those people that reach that point where they realize the things set before them aren't really what's, you know, I don't mean to say before them, but like higher up. It isn't right in the overall scheme of things. It's set. Like, when you look at it, like, like,
Am I real?
or some other crazy things that, you know, people are like,
Anybody
this thing of like,
look at
how much attention are you paying? And it's one of those things like, even if you just like remember it as a kid, it's one of those things where it resonates with the idea of there are moments where things are way too much, where people hold themselves accountable to others, and they find those others detriment, and they do others wrong to do that, and that's not okay. That's bringing, you know, that's bringing forth detriment in many people's
carry.
it's one of those things where why you act, why you think you're ready. Like, you might as well just like keep yourself away from yourself.
But here's the thing: you shouldn't take yourself away from the situation as a man, because those are your people who are suffering.
I'm saying if you are doing wrong, then why even act? And it's that thing of like, if you're doing right, you should notice that. But then it's that thing on.
But what if-
whoever is in the wrong?
So what if God created certain people to do wrong? See, again, these are the things that are in the Bible, brother.
That they gotta be judged.
They got to be judged. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. So what is the judgment for murder?
I think at the moment it's one of those things where I'm kind of hopeful. It depends. Is it Hebrew has two different words for killing. One is like murder, like as in like an assault, and one is like actually killing, whether it be hunting or whether it be through war.
Self-defense.
Yeah, or self-defense.
I got you.
And part of me is like, if you were to defend another, then blessed be those who protect others, and you know, bring forth God's judgment through another and not their own action. You know, if you act beyond yourself in self-defense, that's kind of like iffy ground kind of thing. But if you win, it's kind of one of those things of like, you defended yourself, God saw that you survive. So part of me is like, I'm hopeful through that too. Yeah, self-defense. But it's one of those things where, yeah, it really depends on that. But if there's somebody out there, and you know, you got to get them for the overall good. Part of me is like, I wouldn't be forced God judging that wrong where you help somebody else. Because like even if you're able to avoid it and they go on, it's just one of those things where what other disasters can happen from that?
So what other victims can they make?
Yeah, and that's. The
But hold on. So let's not step away from the Bible. Give me Jeremiah 25.
And Jesus said, only take one away.
Now, I have to comment on this because he keeps talking about he's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, I used to.
Now, think about this, right? We are literally preaching the Bible. These are the lapdogs that are being sent to address people teaching the Bible.
Yes, sir. How many do you want?
Give me 150. Full push-ups. There you go, full. All the way up, all the way down. See, I never thought that a Navy SEAL would be completely devoid of honor and not understand that his people should come before the nation who subjugated and killed his people.
Uncle Sam Bruce. Sir. Uncle Sam Bruce. Sir.
Where's that 150? That wasn't that.
Can you make it that?
I didn't say I would.
You can't. Look at
Yeah, you literally asked us, man.
You can't. Look at you. Who ya?
Yeah, you better drink some more of that beer, man. You look tired, bro.
Lone Star Power. You know?
Yeah, I know, man. You need to power up. You got a lot of push-ups to go.
I'm a former Navy SEAL. You know what I mean?
See, and again, here's the thing. As a former Navy SEAL, he knows what revenge is all about. See all that pretending like you don't speak English? See, again, you give it enough time, they reveal themselves. And you know they're involved in all types of counterterrorism measures, black box projects, where they murder unjustly.
Like Chris Kyle with a big sniper.
I know. That's probably your hero.
Okay, I got it.
See? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know.
Yes, sir. Got it.
See, again, man, you have to understand, why would a Navy SEAL be over here hassling two people reading the Bible?
I want to learn about Jesus, because Jesus is the way.
Did you know they get trained on all types of cultures that they have to be around before they go into different
I want
nations?
the salvation, because
I
Iraq
heard
was
about
so
that.
wrong,
Yeah.
you know what I
There's
mean?
this dude
Iraq
that's
was
in the CIA.
a lot of
Kind of got hair like
people,
me,
you know what I
but
mean?
he
It's
wears it
crazy
like
shit
in
for
different
every
situations. Like he'll like either put it under a hood or like
We're
pray
free right
it or
now.
different things like that, depending on
Do
like
these,
the
all these
country.
stuff.
Learn the language to like
Things,
say
you
they
know
have
what I
like a
mean?
thing with the French.
Protecting the Alamo
For you to be like a mixed French person out there,
You
or
are
like
duty.
same with like
Save
Arabic,
this land.
They infiltrate.
and learn the language that they think they're gonna move into. Go to that country speaking that language, get processed through that way, and then end up where they need to be. Essentially, get their way through.
That's how they start strife in all sorts of nations. Yeah, yeah. If you look ambiguous, if you could pass for Arab, pass for Hispanic, pass for black,
Mallorca.
you know what I'm saying? There was a gentleman who started the Nation of Islam named F.D. Fard. They don't even know what race he was, but he wasn't a black man. And he started the Nation of Islam. A whole religion that my brothers are following, not even understanding it was started by a white man or an Arab man, not quite sure which. But we're worshiping the God of another nation because we were infiltrated. See, I hate to go off on this tangent because I wanted to show you some more stuff, but I couldn't let it pass. Because for somebody to keep saying that they're openly a Navy SEAL, to all you brothers who preach the Bible, be careful. When brothers come up talking about, hey, how old are you? What's your name? How many people are in your group? That's what you're dealing with. And see, and again, you'll hear on the news that the Hebrew Israelites are crazy. But if we're crazy, we should just have a police officer up here. What's he doing here? And why did he walk by us like he was going fishing, knowing this is where he planned to stop?
I gotta admit, so
Sure.
I gotta admit, I've seen some crazy fish caught.
I'm sorry?
I've seen some crazy fish caught out of the Riverwalk. But it's one of those things where you could go, and then sometimes there's like no bites at all. But then sometimes, you see something that's
9/11. Oh, come on,
illegal.
you want?
Well, I get it. I mean, because the thing is, all these fishes are changing places. You know what I'm saying? Because all these habitats have been destroyed.
9/11. No problem with
Yeah,
that. What are you doing?
So
Jesus
originally
way.
the
Oh my goodness.
like the river, the San Antonio River, it used to be called Yanaguana, and it like went through the entire city, and like it had like offshoots that like branched all around it. So when you look at places like Salado Creek, that used to be completely full. And it's one of those things where now it's just really an underpass. So it's kind of like there's literal like desert plants that grow where like river used to be.
So do you typically walk in nature and stuff a lot?
Sometimes. It depends.
Okay.
So flow and core.
That's cool, man.
My play.
But let's get back to these scriptures, right? So,
so floor,
what I have you hold?
so floor and core. That is my play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm doing
So, 25,
talking about Jesus and big Bible and all that thing. Saving America.
Ah,
Sir.
yes. So,
Sir.
start at 15 and read down to 18.
Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 15. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it, and they shall drink, and be moved, and be mad, because of the sword that I will send among them. Then took I the cup of the Lord's hand, and made all the nations to drink, unto whom the Lord hath sent me, to wit Jerusalem, and the cities of Judah, and the kings thereof, and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation, and astonishment, and hissing, and a curse, as it is this day.
So, because of our transgressions, the Most High God gave us something, or gave Jeremiah something called the cup of trembling. It's supposed to represent the judgment of slavery. And he was to deliver it to all of our kings and our princes, right? But let's see where that cup has to go next. Because after we suffer from slavery, then that cup is supposed to go to the people who put us in slavery, right? Brother, can you start at 27 and read down from there till about 29?
Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 27. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Drink ye, and be drunken, and spew, and fall, and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Ye shall certainly drink. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished?
We're going to finish it out. Now, that's a smart dog. He trying to tell you to listen to the Bible, sister. You an Israelite, you a princess, all right? Keep God's law. And I'm going to tell you, dogs do that all the time at this spot, and nobody listens. I tell you, it's the spirit, man. See, again, man, how often do you see two black men in public reading the Bible? Trying to give our people a righteous judgment so that we can turn around and reclaim our heritage. Because you're not Mexican. You're not any of the Nahua titles. Because before you were an Aztec, you were an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar.
Listen to San Fernando
And it
Cathedral.
makes sense because when you see the stories of the Great Flood, you know, there's the not just
We're on
Noah,
six-
there's the
6
Epic
o'clock.
of Gilgamesh,
5 o'clock.
actually
San
does
Fernando
quote
Cathedral is over there.
the ark.
A lot of homeless.
You know, it has quotes about the
The
ark,
land.
the Epic of Gilgamesh from India.
Yeah.
And then when you look at it, there's like stone, those, I'm forgetting what they're called, but these, the,
Almost
like,
here.
setting
Okay.
weights for the boats
Copy,
to make sure, like, as it goes, like, up,
We have a couple of
trying to
free
remember what
standing
it's
guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it the
I
balance?
got our first
think
bank
so.
over there.
I don't know much about ships, but I know that.
like,
Yeah.
they have these
You're
like,
at the
giant
top of
stone
Tower of Life.
anchors, but
Amazing
they're
view.
round, so that way they
Awesome.
wouldn't like
I'm
hang on
here.
anything. But it would like it would essentially like
Or
have it like
piracy.
stick through terrain and not like overbell it for
Even
like
keel.
yeah.
I got you.
But it had to be like due to a certain buoyancy it's like put throughout. But they dropped these weights as the like flood would settle. And they found them all throughout different parts of the ocean. But the thing is, there's accounts of the Inca writing about something similar as well. But then there's also weights, like it was the exact same, like I'm trying to think of what it's called. Not is it masonry, the carving of the stone?
Yeah, masonry. Yeah. It's a form of masonry, yeah, I think.
So they had the same like elbow or the same like embranishment on them all throughout, different cross. Well, like the same cross, but like different marbles. And it's fun. Well, it's not funny, but it's like the the pole. You see the preservation, some of it being carved, rather like but like simple letters. But then the stones, like the ones that are preserved, they're all like similar like amount, but then like the thing is like the similar in weight, so it makes you like a dense rock that's smaller.
Yeah. It's evidence that they were designed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, but then at the same time, it's like, took so many years, all of a sudden it takes something like, well, wait, needs to happen this, this thing of like, okay. I need
Not to interrupt you.
and then there's a moment, so he's got to do it where it's like, even, like you said, even if we can't like, oh, I prepared, and you know, kind of the thing of like, it's still God's day tomorrow, so you know, you might want to be prepared to like, okay, this might happen. I want to be, you know, where I can find peace or rest in that sense.
I got you. Now, did you know there's more evidence? You know those Olmec statues, the big heads with the, you know, black people, big lips, curly hair? Those were the servants of Solomon. And there's a prophecy about the tribe Zebulon. They would be a haven of ships for the Zidonians. The land of Zebulon was not a port-facing land in the original land of Israel when we took the land the first time. That's one of the ways that we know that our brothers from Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Honduras, they're from the tribe of Zebulon because the Canaanites, Canaanite just means merchant. They were the sailors who Solomon would commission to sail over here to get gold and, you know, precious stones.
In our religion, Solomon is Santa
So they would come over here, and that's where they would dock.
Come over here.
That's why in, what is it, 2nd Ezra 13 and 40, where it talks about the northern kingdom coming to a land where never mankind dwelt. They said they were going to go where a man never stayed to live. Because when people would come here, they come here only for gold, and they would leave. So they already knew about this land. That's why they sailed all the way from basically the opening of the Euphrates in northeast Africa all the way over here. And it took them about a year and a half. Right? See, again, man, don't be distracted by this. You already know where he comes from.
I think that's kind of where I'm at. I'm thinking about like all the history I know, and then also kind of like the overlay. Because when you look at it, like if this land is to be as important as that's noted, it's one of those things of like,
we don't came from
why were there people
Ula
beforehand
and
that God allowed
Serbian
others
and,
to not land on? And then
Jah
kind of the thing of
Rastafari,
like land
African,
back.
you
And
know,
part of me
we
is like
came
when you
from
look at it,
the land of
and
freedom.
me like thinking on
We
how I
came
think of
from Native
like
American
like
people
he has
who
like
can feel it, the fresh of the air,
evidence
like a Comanche.
that's one of
We
the
are
things
here
where, like,
taking the
I know
nature,
there's probably a lot of
fishing,
people that
hunting, because
like
we're
exactly
Texans, you know
they
what I
like to
mean?
do
No,
that stuff.
we're
They like
not
to
from
fish.
Iraq,
They
we're
like to
not from
upkeep
Sierra
land.
Leone,
Like,
we're
to be
not
something
from
like a tree
Cape
where it's
Town,
just like,
we're from
well,
America, Native American,
I don't
Sergio,
really feel
listen
like,
to
you
me.
know, taking care
Yeah,
of
we
it
have
and
the
put it
truth.
aside.
Yeah,
Let's put,
Jesus
like,
exists,
ashes
Jesus
and
is the
something
way.
like
Can I stop you for a second? Did you hear what he just said? He said, we have the truth.
Hey,
He is an
gotta listen
agent.
to me. They gotta
I'm
listen
telling
to
you,
me.
he's an agent.
He said,
He's
don't
been
listen to
sent
me,
with the
and they
express
gotta listen to
purpose
me. You know
of
what I mean?
interrupting this.
Thank you for that.
He's been sent with the
Please listen
express
to me.
purpose to
Thank
do
you,
that.
man. You're listening to me.
There's
You
certain
say,
terminology
don't listen
that
to me,
we
and you are
use.
listen to me. You know what I mean? We came from Mexico.
See, he doesn't understand. We're trying to see who he is, just as much as he wants to know who we are. And he's giving himself away. You're a bad agent, you know that? You're a terrible agent.
You too.
You don't know my name yet, do you?
You too, bro. Sergio, who's my name?
Navy SEAL.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. See, again,
Martin Luther King.
this is why, again, and this is to my camera, be very careful with who's around you.
With this guy.
Because he's the one who comes from a group who literally is known for raping and killing
He's one of the
children.
president of Mexico. It's like a Lincoln for Mexican way. You know what I mean?
You see how he looks at you with disgust? I bet you get that a lot as a lapdog of the state. You're dead behind the eyes. I see why you wear those. Dead behind the eyes.
like, I
Dead behind the eyes. You have nothing up there.
I think there's like,
I'm so glad I got out of Special Forces myself. Because you look dead behind the eyes. I can only imagine the things that you've done to people. I bet. And I bet you don't sleep at night because of it.
The demon of
I bet you don't sleep at night because of
I
it.
am the demon of Ramadi.
Ah, I bet you are.
Sir. Demon of Ramadi.
Thou sayest.
That is
You're a bloody man.
That is difficult. You know, look at this. This is Salomon 3, 6.
You bring it up. You got a phone?
In my phone, yeah, it's in church.
No, it's not charged. Oh, okay.
Can I take that book?
No, you can't.
so what would you say is like the notations of God for the different groups?
What's what? The associations of what?
The notation. So like, what does God say for the different groups that are listed below?
Right here.
What are the different prophecies?
Yeah, like what does it say? Like what are the
Sure, I got you. Give me Deuteronomy 33, and then we're going to go to Genesis 49. And we're going to start with Issachar. Right? Because there's a bunch of prophecies about your people that let me know exactly who you are. For instance, the word Issachar, or the name, means he who is hired. Who are the hardest working people on the planet? Easily Mexican people.
Son of God.
Well, I guess that's the interesting thing. The Chronicle they lived on the Gulf Coast of Texas. So while they did have they did see the things like Norte, like the idea that like our dreams held sanction in how reality played true, and that wasn't just one's mind that lives in the world, but 1,000 minds around them. So you and me, now we have in almost the same mind. The only thing is the Creator's given us different circumstances. So there's times where, like say, like you're a hunter and I'm a fisher.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like say, like you're a hunter and I'm a fisher, right? And the water freezes over and I can't get any fish. Then it'd be you in society that we account for each other. There's certain thing where same circumstance, it freezes over and there's a bunch of them right on the lake. I can bring that thing over. I carry the whole ice chunk with a bunch of fish in it. You know what I mean? Like accountability to the idea that like people will carry things. But I do get it's one of those things where like see one group to another. And another thing is, I guess this is part of it where people will be like, oh, you're from there. And part of me is like, well, sort of, but like, because I also have some family that's from Nuevo Leon, which is just over the Rio Grande, but then it's like north, you know what I mean? Like it's the northern part of Mexico, which is, pretty much the hotter part where nobody likes to stay. Which is ironic, but it's just one of those things where,
But you're still from Issachar, as long as you're from the indigenous people in that land. Because during the time of the Aztecs, nobody else was there but y'all.
But I guess that's the thing, when you look at the Aztecs, they're like over here towards where well, I guess that's the thing, like there's people that were further out that were associated with them, but then there's other groups that just like didn't even, I don't know how to say, like they weren't that,
They were independent?
that either that or like they traded, because there's sometimes where, and that's one thing that does kind of happen to even like their connection to God, is part of me is like they have very strict rule sets, and even when you look at like their pantheon, it's much more similar to how archangels interact in the Bible versus how God interacts. And even when you look at like their idea of God, it's very much more like our idea of God, where it's like it's all powerful. It's the idea of the universe will restructure itself, or there will be like differences in time at this point. And it's like, and then you look at it and it's like, oh, this star exploded around this time frame. It's just very like, oh, that's uncanny, very weird, and it's one of those things where like there's times where I see people and they're like, oh, you do this and this, and it's like simple mathematics, and they apply it real quick. And part of me is like, all I need is that weird fixation, that person that like starts looking at stuff a little bit too much, and they're like, oh, that star's gone, that one's gone, okay, at what point is that going to be?
Can I show you something in the Bible real quick?
But I think you have to be in the right point for
Well, let me show you something, because you talk about a sign in heaven, right? There were many signs in heaven before the Spanish conquistador came, right? I want to show you, there are signs in heaven before we go through any sort of tumult. Get me 2 Maccabees chapter 5 and start at the top. See, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we're always looking at the signs in heaven not understanding that the Most High God makes those signs for us, so that we know that something is coming upon the earth. Go ahead and get it, brother.
2 Maccabees chapter 5, verse 1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt, and then it happened that through all the city, for the space almost of 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air, in cloth of gold, and armed with lances, like a band of soldiers, and troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields, and multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords, and castings of darts, and glittering of golden ornaments, and harnesses of all sorts. Wherefore every man prayed that that apparition might turn to good.
Egypt is
So Antiochus, who was basically coming against our people, trying to suppress an uprising and put us back in slavery, right? So they were seeing a bunch of, basically in the sky, they were seeing what you would call UFOs jousting against one another.
Egypt people.
So they were praying that that would be an omen that would turn to good.
The funny thing is,
Actually, before you go on, I want to know, how old are you, brother?
Yeah,
21? What do you do for a living?
the funny,
at the
what is
moment,
it for a living?
I'm
Hey,
just
that is
trying
a
to look
question,
for,
it's a private
look for
question. What
opportunities.
is wrong with you, bro?
Look
Real
for
estate.
opportunities.
He's real estate guy.
Sorry?
Look for opportunities.
Okay, I got you, man. Jobs. The market is trash right
What
now.
do you do for a living?
I preach the Bible.
Great.
Yeah, I love doing it.
Yeah, a lot of things.
You kill people, huh?
Not really.
Yeah, you do.
Just to protect the marine.
Yeah.
Or people.
Yeah, you kill unjustly. Yeah, I bet.
Headshot.
When's the last time you had a full 8 hours sleep and you didn't see your victims in your dreams?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
When I
it.
was in Beirut,
I believe.
in Lebanon, when I was in Peru, it's like I always awake, you know? Yeah. That's why, you know?
Hey, give me a Wisdom of Solomon 18 real quick. See, the reason why I'm engaging him, because I'm going to be honest. Like I told you, he's not a very good agent. And he's giving away a lot because he's kind of run out of stuff to say. That's what happens when you got 2-3 hours deep and you got to try to distract somebody that long. You run out of stuff to say.
Not really.
So you start saying things that you really shouldn't say at all.
They was listen to me when I was talking. He said, "Hey Sergio, don't listen to him." Yeah, he was listening to me. Yeah, no, that guy says like a yeah. Say.
No, hold on. Let me get it.
It's like a yeah, sir. This is Bexar County. This is Bexar County. That is the court over
Is it
there.
19?
The red building. That building is like the Kremlin.
I'm in Sarai.
Like the Kremlin building and the
may I
Russian
ask y'all
government. Do you know
What's
about
up?
the Kremlin?
So,
KGB.
what is your
know,
church
over
like
there is like a
mainly
Bexar County
resides through?
What is what? I'm sorry.
Your church
Hey,
mainly
shake your
resides through Hebrewism, a form of Christianity.
We believe that we are literally the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Hebrew Israelites. We do not have a building that we go to.
So you believe that lineage has followed through to many
Do you know
today,
about
and we
Hermes
persist
Trismegismo?
on.
Was
That it's fall through what?
That
Abraham
lineage has
was
gone
the
through, and we
teacher of
persist on in that lineage.
Well, yeah, it's gone through our fathers. So, like in 70 A.D., when General Vespasian, Titus Vespasian, crushed the resistance of the Jews in Israel, we scattered into North Africa and West Africa and parts of Southeast Africa. Right? If you read a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu on page 84, it talks about the Roman slave markets being full of black Jewish slaves. So the real Israelites were always known to be darkly melanated peoples. And the southern kingdom was always known to be Negroes. Right? Yeah, you got there before I did. All praises.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 15. Thy mighty word leaped down from heaven out of the world throne, out of the world throne, as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction, and brought thine unfeeling commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up filled all things with death, and it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth. Then suddenly visions of horrible dreams troubled them sore, and terrors came upon them unlooked for. and one thrown here, and another there, half dead, and showed the cause of his death.
Now, I don't know if you picked up what that just said, but this is literally talking about a PTSD-induced dream. The Most High God was literally putting that on our enemies. And now, some of us invite it upon ourselves.
What is that place?
That's Wisdom of Solomon 18. You can read it.
In the church.
Why would I tell you? You've been all over the world, Mr. Seal. You got it.
Is that
Yeah, it's a mosque. There you go. There you go. Yeah, he got it. Yeah. See, again, he's the one who's been briefed on how to interact with us. So he knows damn well who we are. He probably knows more about us than we know about ourselves. Uh-huh. Yeah, but to be a Navy SEAL, you got to be well instructed. And I'm going to tell you, why they would send one over here makes perfect sense, considering my past. But the thing is, my past is not a long stint in the military. Not that long. However, did I touch Special Forces a little bit? Yeah, I did. So it makes perfect sense why they would send somebody over here. Same past, same build. It's almost like looking into a mirror. And I know he's not alone. And I know you're not without communication. So, whoever's listening, prepare for slavery. There's nothing you can do about it. It's coming. If he happens to be one of our brothers, he's going to be one of those reborn in the kingdom.
I want to be a Navy.
Hey, looking down, hands in his pockets, kicking rocks.
So wait.
What is that building?
What does it
It's
say to the
a
people of Gad?
People of Gad? Yeah, let's get the prophecies for the brother. I'm sorry. I got distracted, brother. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good.
So we're going to go back to Deuteronomy 33.
San Fernando. That is place in San Fernando. I'm homeland is not San Fernando. That is a Muslim.
Yeah, start at verse 20 and read down to 21.
Okay, so.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 20. And of Gad he said, Blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
La corona en la
Hold on,
cabeza.
you gotta,
So what were the so-called natives known for doing to the so-called white man after they started it? Scalping. Read that again. It's in the Bible.
Your head.
And of Gad he said, Blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion, and he teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
The crown of
And he
the
provided the
head.
first part for himself, because there in a portion of the lawgiver was he seated, and he came with the heads of the people. He executed the justice of the Lord, and his judgments with the Israel.
Notice, that was the execution of justice according to the Lord when our native brothers were scalping our enemies.
Oh, with a knife, like a Indian way.
Yeah, what? Hey, man, I'm telling you, the goal is to distract. That's the goal, and to gather data.
On your fucking face.
The week before, a person was flying a drone right around me, trying to gather data.
That is a Navy SEAL way, you know.
We caught a police officer trying to walk under the bridge and spy on us. He didn't leave until I acknowledged he was there. Now this week, we literally have a step up from law enforcement. As a matter of fact, quite a few steps up.
Enforcement.
So, yeah.
What's up?
What
That
is
is
your
a
guys'
Navy SEAL
outreach goal?
Biblical.
Our goal is to basically go to the highways and byways, because I'm sure if you walk through the city every Saturday, you see more than just us doing this. You see the brothers in purple and gold. You see the other brothers in black.
Yeah, I've seen.
You can see both.
Yeah, I've seen several groups throughout the MLK marches.
Mhm.
Different events, whether it be throughout downtown or throughout the city. So yeah.
Liquid egg.
So is it like one of those like combined
Protein
things where
for
it's just
my
like
body.
throughout different areas?
I'm
different
on my
people have different
duty.
coverage. Or?
Yes. So we've been told to go to the highways and byways. As a matter of fact, give me Isaiah 58:1 real quick. I'm gonna get you those prophecies about Gad and the other tribes, because we got to go to Genesis 49 as well, right? But get that real quick.
It's Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness, and forsook not the ordinances of their God. They asked of me the ordinance.
How about to say, damn, man? So we've been told to go to the highways and byways. I want to show you. Go to Matthew 10 for me. Because this is going to answer your question, right? And then go down to verse, yeah, go up to 5. There we go.
So these are the words of Christ, right?
It's Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Keep going.
And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give.
Yeah, that's it.
So we've been ordered to go to the highways and byways. And as we receive the truth of the Bible, we have to give it unto our brothers and sisters likewise. Right? We don't collect any money. Right? We don't want any money. All we want from blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, and not just them, the scattered Israelites. For instance, if some Filipinos walk by, are you familiar with the Road of Silver? The triangle trade established between Mexico and Manila in the Philippines?
Somewhat.
Right. So our brothers were being taken as slaves to the Philippines. That's why a lot of the Filipinos have very similar culture to Mexicans today. You even have a term for Asian Mexicans called Chinos. Where do you think that came from? And some of them are your people on both sides. Because in the Philippines, you got people called the Semang people.
Yeah.
Right?
Japanese people.
As a matter of fact, look up something on the internet called Prince Semang. Semang. Prince Semang. I'm going to show you a picture of him.
Nippon people, I'm a Nippon, not Japanese.
See,
people.
again, didn't I tell you Satan cometh immediately? Brother, this Bible is real. That's why we trying to tell you, repent and come back to your God.
Well, I always do, but it's one of those things where it's like it's placing information and then like
El apocalipsis ya viene. Los
kind
caballos,
of living on with it. You know what I mean? 'Cause
I got you.
You see the stuff written on the wall, literally like tagged, and it's one of those things where it's like people are kind of out there, and then it's like you realize how ubiquitous it is,
Avocado.
and it's like that's
This is
where
avocado
they're
from
going.
Michoacán.
And you look at it, and it's like there's even telling us talking about it. Remember that stuff that happened in 2012 where like everything was starting to pace different, and then there was stuff about the world ending that didn't end, it just changed. And then the same thing happened around 2017. And of course, there was albums that were out.
Semang. Semang. Prince Semang. Yeah, that's it. And then just look at the images.
Avocado agua.
I'm gonna have to look next. There's a picture up at the top of the Semang. Those are the Negritos over in the Philippines. That's some of the scattered Israelites.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They lived on through that system instead of being like, like this is how I am, I'll go on like that.
Yeah.
They found a new or enveloping way that could, they could reside in.
Well, so the way it works mainly in countries outside of America, for instance, like in Japan, you have the Ainu people, Ainu, right? They were originally called the Amishi people. They were our people over in Japan. The ones who assimilated are called Amishi. But the ones who refuse to assimilate are called the Ainu. Ainu means barbarian. So if you refuse to assimilate, they call you a savage. What do they call our Native American brothers? Indian. What does Indian mean? Savage.
Well, there's
into the
different
wild.
stuff about it. There's some texts that say Indios, which means
The Indus Valley. I know what you're talking about.
and in Latin, in God, or in God's image, in God's light, in God's way, something along those lines. Because there's some texts that are truly like what people like to write nowadays, or like what they used to like to write, like a little bit back then, where it's like, okay, we're gonna have one of like the Tonto kind of figure, where it's like they're a good character, they're just very much themselves, they can't follow the plot. but then they end up doing what's right. But then the thing is, way back when, they used to have way terrible stereotypes. So I guess it's the thing of like, not really that, but more so just getting to a point of, you know, humanity, getting people for, you know, how they can be and how, you know, how they can like prove
Eu falo mal,
that they're, you know,
você
a way
fala
that
mal
is
da coisa, eu tomo maconha.
Well, the way we're supposed to live, brother, is according to the laws of God. So what you're seeing is you're seeing the reason why many of us went into slavery. Because no matter where you look, if you look at the natives here in America, what were they doing? Worshiping other gods. If you look at our people in Europe before we fell to the Englishmen who pushed us west starting in about 449 AD, we were trying to worship Christianity. But no, God didn't tell you to be a Christian. He called his children to repentance and to keep his laws. Give me Deuteronomy 12 and 10 real quick. Because I want to show you, if you're not doing this one thing that I'm about to read, you best believe those curses that we started to read in Deuteronomy 28, they're going to happen to you as an Israelite.
Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 10.
Or is it 10 and 12? It's 10 and 12. I always mix them up.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord,
What?
to keep the commandments of the Lord,
No, I can do what I want
to
to do.
keep the commandments of the
You're
Lord.
supposed to do what God told you to do. So if you're an Israelite, it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're not keeping God's commandments, those curses are fulfilled. That's the importance of this message, because we've been told to love God and keep his commandments.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
No, that's right.
So that's why I can take you all over the earth and show you different Israelite groups, all in the same position on the bottom of society. Whether it's the cities or the Dalit people over in Persia, or it's the Kikuyu people of Uganda, the Ashanti people, the Limba people, all these different peoples. The Iroquois people up in Greenland. Did you know Greenland? Everybody thinks Greenland is occupied by white people. Did you know that the majority in Greenland are indigenous peoples? They were taken into slavery by the Dutch.
So I saw this crazy thing where it was like
German people,
like it was like
British
a little kid,
people.
and he was holding up a bird, and it was this thing of like, you know, usually people are quoting a fish
African
as like their
people.
pet. But it was funny because like he had this very like blank smile. It was a big old bird, probably bigger than him. And it was like
Did it look like an eagle by chance?
it was probably a seabird of some type.
Probably seabird, okay.
Yeah, some type of waterfowl.
Just have to ask.
Yeah, no. But part of me was like, even then, like even nowadays, if you would have been on residence, you know, that would have been, you know, within his, you know, within his sanction.
Okay. So I have a question, man. So Sergio, after we've spoken for maybe about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours now,
Maybe more.
are you willing to lend consideration to the fact that you might be an Israelite and do more research on it?
I think everybody is a child of God. I think everybody has like a reflection of his life, but I think I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, but it's like always one of those things where it's like
Well, no, I want to read something to you because you said everyone can be a child of God. Go to Romans 9 for me. Because what if the Bible tells you who's a child of God and who isn't a child of God?
And I'm telling you, off mic, you see how many times he has to walk away from us?
for the church, bro.
You mean to tell me he's going to walk all the way down there and throw a single spoon away? When he's been heckling us for hours? That's called, I got to communicate something to HQ. Most of the time, we hear walkie-talkies when people are trying to hide shit.
Be careful out here, brother.
I get what you mean.
Be careful.
But I think it's one of those things where it's like if it's something like this and you know there's communication over different things, then
Get started at the top, man.
The notice of it really changes. Because like, you know, two people that can communicate different ideas and associate things as simple as like law and issue, then it becomes like, oh, what can they avoid? What can they get themselves out of it? What can they get each other out of it? And then it's a thing of like, how much does their liberty kind of overvein what is outside of their liberty? You know what I mean? So then it's a thing of like follow justice, and it's a lot more questionable. Whereas say if you're going to do something that's questionable alone, then, you know, say even if you're able to like kind of sanction it over the phone, you know, there's still that question of, you know, will somebody respond to it immediately? Versus whereas, you know, all of us here having an amicable conversation kind of leads it to a point where, you know, we all kind of vouch for each other in a way. So then there's more liberty within the conversation to be like, okay, if this president, you know, what do we truly think?
Listen to this real quick. Because I just want to show you, right? Because the Bible tells you who the real children of God are. Go ahead and read it.
Romans 9, chapter 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of God, and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
We're going to take it in baby steps. So literally, Paul just told you everything that has been promised through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is only for the Israelites. Grafting in, the old covenant or the giving of the law, the promises or the new covenant that is to come, the sacrifice of Christ was even for the Israelites. Even the service of God is for the Israelites.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'll find it, but there's a passage that I really like. It's about judgment.
Okay, but let's finish this real quick because we're not done. Hold on.
Keep going.
Start back at top 5. Start back at 5.
Oh, yeah.
Verse 5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came, who is over all, God bless forever. Amen. Not as though the word of God hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Did you hear that? So those who are claiming to be recipients of salvation, of the promises, claiming to be an Israelite. Everybody who claims to be an Israelite ain't an Israelite. Keep going.
For they are not all Israel, which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall the seed be called.
Have a question. What seed line out of Isaac was chosen? What are the two sons that Isaac had that are very important?
Number 8, Abraham's son. Number B, Isaac's son. Number 3, Moses' son. Number D, any of those
I'm not
guys.
good with remembering the lineage.
You're good. I'll help you out. Jacob was chosen, but he had two sons, Esau and Jacob.
Yeah,
Esau being the father of the Edomites.
And God say, you need to kill your son to Abraham. What the hell? My son?
Right? So, in Isaac shall thy seed be called. This is talking about Jacob being chosen. Right?
Verse 8. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Did you hear that?
I choose number C.
So when it says the children of the flesh are not the children of God, who is the child of the flesh specific to Abraham that could be referenced here? Ishmael, the son that he had with his bondmaid Hagar, because his wife Sarah was old. So he figured, you know what? I'm going to have a child with my bondmaid, since my wife is old, even though Abraham was more than aware of the prophecy that his wife was going to bear a son.
So through that mistake, he created that detriment.
Well, it wasn't a mistake. It was a decision of the flesh. Not to say that Abraham didn't trust God, but it's like when we try to say, well, I'm gonna do it my way and I'm gonna help.
But yeah, his ambition ran past God's will and thus created something that created conflict.
Yes. Because,
So he created detriment through his actions.
well, are you familiar with the sub-Saharan slave trade? Where the Ishmaelites, the sons of Ishmael, and the sons of Elam and the sons of Ham took Negroes into slavery.
Hey, don't say that word. N-word. That is the
Negro just means black. It's Latin. Now, if you want to say nigger,
no, don't say that.
well, I can say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Yeah, man, he smiles like a shark, man. I can only imagine, man. Your dreams must be a fucking horoscape, man. That's what God do to people who wicked, by the way. You can't sleep or wink.
Like Cinderella. Like the...
Yeah.
Like Mary.
Yeah.
Woo! Hey, where is Riverwolf? I'm looking. I'm trying to find a Riverwolf. Where is?
You a Navy SEAL, man. You fine.
Hey, my name is former Navy SEAL.
Nah,
I'm
I'm gonna tell you. See, when you're in special forces, all them clearances and things that you did, you're never out.
Come on, God.
Yeah, you ain't never out. Not that type of meat grinder. Nah,
Don't be shit, man. Like,
you ain't out until you were dead in the ground.
You shit, bro. This is a fucking Navy shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, you showing us some prison culture, man.
Where are you? Over there. Yeah.
But so you see that all the children of the flesh are not the children of God. Esau would be a child of the flesh. Ammon and Lot would be a child of the flesh.
Look at the top of that building.
See, Ammon and Lot, they're who you would call, well, Ammon being the Japanese and Moab being the Chinese. The sons of Lot by his daughters. Because they got Lot. Are you familiar with the story of Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible? The Most High God was about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And Lot, the one just man in Sodom and Gomorrah, got to leave the city.
I don't like hearing the rest of that out loud. It's something that as soon as I think it's like that's enough of that
Okay,
story.
I understand.
At least for now.
But
You know what I mean?
but you got to know who his sons are.
Okay.
So
But yeah.
Ammon and Moab are not the children of God. See, the only people who are counted among God's children are the Israelites.
But why not?
Because God said so.
All we are son of God.
Give me Amos 3:1. And then give me Joel 2:27.
That's where Jesus said, okay, God bless America.
See, again, I'm not going to tell him out of my own words because I know this is a very touchy subject. When people want to claim that God is their father. But God said it himself. He's only the God of the Israelites. He's not the God of everybody. Joel 2:27. As a matter of fact, get that one first. Because the Most High God lets it be known that he is the God of Israel and none else.
Joel chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
And what?
And none
No,
else.
God is the God of everything.
And
What?
none else.
I can hear you. What?
And my people shall never be ashamed.
And we are not ashamed to be
We are not ashamed from anybody, anything. We are not ashamed from anything. That's true. On the Bible says, oh, the Bible says.
You gonna be in town next week?
I'm a Christian guy,
Depends on when.
God, country,
I
family.
usually
God, country, family. I'm still alive for that.
Like,
God, country, family.
It's one of those things where even talking now in this conversation, I get what you're saying about not saying too much. So it's one of those things where I don't always go about leaving town, but at the same time, there's an opportunity. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't.
Get one phone. So we're going to give you our contact info so we don't have to say it out loud.
Or just
I'm going to give you a card, all right?
You are, I think that
That's pretty
you are
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so church / kind of how do I say it? City outreach group.
Yeah, basically all them things. So like where we operate, time, stuff like that.
This is Nueva Dam
Yeah,
Church.
because
Nueva
honestly, I
Dam
think it's
Church
one of
is
those
over
things
here
where it's like
with the Reverendo.
San Antonio is good, but at the same time, like there's a lot that could be done throughout all these different like
Nueva Dam Church.
hope. You know, it's like one of those
We're
things where
waiting the
a lot of people don't really lean
abduction
into
day
what those possibilities mean, or like you know these
Tower
kind of
of
effort
America.
that's really meant to
We're waiting
make the
that
place not just building. Thank you.
Yeah, man, check it out, man. And start reclaiming your heritage, brother.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I try, but it's interesting being mixed and reclaiming heritage. Because it's like, you know, what of me determines what is me? You know what I mean?
Can I show you? Give me Numbers 1 and 18. No, get that real quick.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Oh, and say the iniquity.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Yeah, 1 and 18. So the Most High God in Amos 3, 1 through 2 talks about God only knowing the Israelites. And because he only knows us, he's going to punish us for our transgressions. And then it postulates really a rhetorical question. Can two walk together except they be agreed? I can't walk with you if you want to go left and I want to go right.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to have to go separate ways.
He's right.
So what if you got a heathen on one side, you got an Israelite on the other? What are you supposed to do? Can you join with people who are not Israelites when they don't agree with your doctrine? They don't want to serve in the kingdom of heaven, although they made your people serve for hundreds of years. You can't, because they're going to fight tooth and nail not to serve under you. And guess what? I don't blame them. See, I like your meek spirit, brother, but I'm going to tell you, to come to serve God, you're going to have to be courageous. Courageous enough to look your enemy in the eye and tell them, hey, God said you're going into slavery.
Man, I don't know how to say this without sounding extra,
What's up, man?
but like worst case scenario, I know I don't need to look somebody in the eye to get through the day. It's one of those things where like if there's a bird or if there's something that's like real in front of me that's like present, sometimes I'm just like, you know, it's a bit, I don't know how to say it, takes me away from everything. You know, don't get me wrong, like all this is a blessing. There's part of it where it's like, how do I say it, me getting serious with the world, part of me knows that like my belief isn't as involved as others. It's more, it might be a bit more for the world than for some,
What world you talking about?
like, the things that live on around us, the environment, the things that, like, it's very weird when you think about it. Like, there's so much possibility in how we live on to today, but yet a lot of people, they don't realize like how, I don't know, ironic, but you know, it doesn't make sense. For instance, like simple things such as like this cactus fruit, you know, grows on many people's land, or whether it be their plants in their front yard, and yet many of it rots, many of it spoils. And I'm not saying it's like the best thing ever, but it's something.
That is a great quote. Your own food. Awesome.
And some people really like it, and yet
Look at your
there's
finger.
homeless.
Brave. This is the color of the flag, you know? Brave. Red. That is me. Red.
But that's actually where it comes from. And they actually have the cactus with the fruit on there on the flag, under the eagle. And it's something where part of me is like, there's homeless people that die of dehydration and lack of vitamins, and yet those grow all throughout the city. It's just information. It's just wisdom that, is that offset. There might be thorns, but there's also there's piling around.
But that's because God created those things for us to eat.
But yeah, and it's one of those things where like, and part of me is like when you look at settlements early on, part of me is like maybe that was part of the judgment. The people that went on, they had to survive through the terms of others, or they had to live under that sanction of others. And that's why part of me is kind of like very conflicted when I learn about it, because part of me is like when the French, the Spanish, the Dutch, they landed on the coast. It wasn't like the good stories. It was like, oh, there's people here, and they're trying to sanction this, they're trying to build this, and then they end up drugs.
So one of the things that I know some people are conflicted with, like yourself, just the long period of time, the intermixing, the moving around of people. There's something else that we look for. Not just you saying, oh, my dad is black or Hispanic or whatever. We look for your spirit bearing witness with the Bible. Did you know the Bible says a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel? So if you have the attitude of, well, fuck nature, if that's your attitude,
Don't say that.
I remember that. Because a righteous Israelite would take into account the trees, the animals, the birds, the things that crawl upon the earth, the waters, and if they're clean or they're dirty. Those are things that you should be concerned about. But if you're a wicked, roving murderer, you wouldn't care about those things.
Don't mess with that, dude.
Right? Go ahead and get that real quick. I want to show you something.
Yeah.
Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
Yes, we are.
So as we read the Bible, give me Psalms, I believe it's 119, 142. As we read the Bible, and we're basically reading the wisdom of the Most High God, if it resonates with you, then we know that there's fertile ground that we can build on. There are people walking around right now who think they're white. For instance, if somebody walked up saying they were Sicilian, well, I know southern Italy was occupied by the Moors. And there's a proverb here in America that says southern Italians have nigger blood. There's a reason why Italians in a lot of cases are treated just as bad as black people.
Or Mexican.
You ever see the movie Do the Right Thing?
I think I saw a clip. Is that the one where the mobster was talking about their fathers were the Moors?
I'm trying to remember his name.
I'm
It
from
has
Freddy,
that.
bro.
It has the guy that was in the Transformers movies as the cop, and he gets fired, and then he gets brought back because he knows all about him. And it's that thing of like.
How you doing, brother?
He
Very
looks
nice,
Arabic, Hispanic, and kind of black, and it's one of those things where he's very rude off the bat to everybody, and besides Italians. So then, eventually, one of the delivery guys, he kind of starts questioning the guy, and it's like, they look at you, and it's like one of those funny moments, because it's like, it's kind of like my relatives, a lot of them, they get questions for like how they draw their hair, or how it looks, and it's one of those things like that, that's you, like why would you question what God makes you out to, like your own basis of life?
So, get this real quick. I want to read something to you because the Bible says that the northern kingdom, Ephraim, is like a cake unturned. Some of our Hispanic and native brothers look blonde-haired, blue-eyed, just like white folks. Canelo Alvarez, the boxer. He's an excellent example. He looks like a pale, redhead white boy, but he's an indigenous Mexican.
I think that's the thing, though. There's, like,
Soy
there
de
is a thing of blood
México
quantum.
es mi tierra, yo por mi bandera.
There's a thing of blood quantum. Because, like, look at, and I know it's different areas, but, like, look at him versus Alex Pereira. Or, like, Yamanov Romero. Like, you heard about that attack that happened on him a couple days ago? So, you know how somebody broke his orbital bone in a fight, and it started healing before he got to the doctor, right? So, like, a week ago, somebody tried to attack him, and they tried running him over twice. He got out of it. they got out with a sword and tried cutting him. And like they cut the tendons, but like he got out of it. It was a thing of like you got attacked with like an actual like hand-to-hand weapon by like a real dude, and he got out of it. And part of me is like there's something different about that. Like that's a couple hundred pounds of force on a line, and like things like Alex Pereira, where it's like he weighs as much as he does, but he's like in the frame that he is. It's like it does like. I know there's something that makes him a bit different versus Canelo or a couple other people where it's like they might be like a bit Irish, a bit Dutch, a bit but then it's something where like I can also like I can notice that for other people and I can see the blessings in it, but it's one of those things where it's like.
Can I read something to you real quick? A couple of things.
Their own.
Yeah, get this real quick for our fathers, and then we're going to go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We haven't even read the one thing to you that you need to know. This is the premier way that we know an Israelite beyond all doubt, right? But get this.
Well, I wanted you to get that real quick. Get that real quick.
Psalms 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
So the laws of God, that's the truth and the righteousness that we're supposed to be going after. Right? Give me Numbers 1 and 18. Because I want to solve this whole thing about you saying, like, we look different and things of that nature. How you look is irrelevant. It's about who your father is.
And I guess that's the thing, like that's okay, and we all like face different things on how we are. But the thing is, like, we all persisted because we're from that lineage, but we all persisted in different ways, in different areas.
What? That's because we're a scattered nation, man. As a matter of fact, so the hierarchy that you're seeing here is literally how the nation of Israel is supposed to be united. Judah is the head tribe. Ephraim is right up under Judah. And then you have the rest of the brothers. So if your king isn't on his throne, how is the nation supposed to be led?
But like, why?
Because that's how God set it up, according to the Bible. Because what tribe does Christ come out of? Judah. He's the lion that springs out of the branch of Judah. And if Christ is supposed to be the king, then literally the Judites are the kingly tribe. And not to mention Judah overcame his brethren, and he was designated as the leader of Israel. That's why all the kings of Israel, when they were united, southern and northern kingdom, were all Judite kings. It wasn't until they split, and you had Ephraim being the king over Israel, the northern kingdom, where you had other kings, like from the tribe of Issachar, right? Go ahead and get that, brother.
Numbers chapter 18, Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
So you are who your father is. And your father can never give rise to anything other than what he is. So what if I only have daughters? Well, that means whoever my daughter gets with and has kids with, that's the bloodline that she gives birth to.
So your lineage is gone.
I'm sorry?
In that circumstance, your lineage is gone.
You could say that, yeah. And whatever she gives rise to is what goes on.
Part of me is like, I've seen that happen, and part of me is like, I might kind of concur with that, because God might be like, maybe a different route, kind of semi-Darwin.
All praises, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that resonates with you, because I'm going to tell you, and this is to my camera, we each see in our life individually.
Is that right here? What, like,
Huh?
you just referenced your camera. Where's that?
It's right behind you.
Oh. I'm not in the way
Yeah.
or anything, right?
I have to, no, you're not in the way. You good, man. You don't have to move.
Is that a solar panel, by the way?
It's from my YouTube channel.
Is that a solar panel, by the way?
No, oh no, man. It's not solar panel. Shit, I wish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish, man.
I thought because the lens cover.
I'm about to say, need some water? Y'all need some water?
Sir, need some water.
Yeah, that she look all right. Okay. Yeah, if he needed water, man, we got it for him, you know what I'm saying? For our people, we try to help.
I have water if you want it.
But, so you are who your father is, right? But with that being said, give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6 real quick. See, we were talking about a bunch of, UFC fighters and boxers. The one thing that ties them all together
McGregor,
is this.
Conor McGregor.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So, we are literally a special people. Like that brother standing up right there, we are above all people. We're the best at everything. Whether it's sports, art, academia. See, they try to call us stupid. But the thing is, though, we invent everything that has staying power. Give me Jeremiah 51 and 19. And this is the stuff that somebody should be telling you in your church. Because you've always known something is different about you. But you just couldn't put your finger on.
Well, like, I think that there was placement over different stuff, but it was stuff that, like, took envelopment from my behalf. It was studying that I had to do to be like, oh, okay, this is why this is, it's not just, factors of life and me, whatever. I am this is the life that God has given forth for me. From that, I have to, actualize, what goals would be from that, perspective.
Well, I'll say this.
My father, look my father.
Just make sure the things that God blessed you to do well, you thank God for it. Right? Well, go ahead and get this real quick.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
We don't need that.
Weapons of what?
So, the creators of everything that requires creativity and basically answers the call of necessity
Hey, don't listen to that guy.
is going to be the Israelites by and large. Whether it be the car,
That is not your
the light bulb, the cell phone, hell, even your PlayStation at home.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a man named, Henry Lawson?
Your Switch, Nintendo Switch,
A man named Henry Lawson, a black man, invented the first game system.
Assassin's Creed 2.
When you search on Google, did you know a black man invented the search engine? It was called Archie, and it was used by the DARPA, the Department of Defense.
Oh, I think I heard
Researchy
about
shit like that. Yeah, black folks invented that. Why you think the world is all of a sudden about to come to like a head? That's because we don't have any more creativity left.
Yeah, we don't have.
As a matter of fact, this will be it. This will be the last one. I want to show you this real quick. Give me Deuteronomy 32.
Can you hear the chapel of the San Fernando Cathedral? Cathedral San Antonio.
And get me start at 35 and read down to
San Fernando.
37. I want to read 39 bang.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. For the Lord shall judge his people, and repent himself for his servants, when he seeth that their power is gone, and there is none shut up or left.
So, when the Most High God sees that our people are completely worn out, when we're about to be dominated and devoured by our enemies, that's when he's going to plead our cause. That's why you're seeing, like black people, our music creativity. You say you're only 21, so you didn't get to live through the 90s. If you were here from the 90s on back, you would think we were all musical savants.
But like I listened to it before, so I
Okay, so you understand what I'm saying.
yeah.
For instance, my favorite group is the Stylistics. And there's a brother who sings soprano. Beautiful voice, like a damn angel. But you can't find that talent in our people today. Why? Because we are worn out.
That and the
Hey,
industry
can you talk
kind
in
of
Toy
is kind
Center?
of terrible. Like
Did you hear about
they
Toy
push
Center
people that are like barely writing
over
stuff
there
as irrelevant
at the north of
and like
the
drill
river?
rapping
Toy
versus like
Center.
Sorry, say it again.
they're
It's
pushing
random.
stuff that has like terrible lyrics and
many
like does
from
drill
Vietnam.
rap versus
You can
something like
speak
that
with-
where it actually has
with,
some like
with the
character,
people at
some
Shopping
actual
Center.
like
You have
development about
talent.
it.
America
Well,
Got
that's
Talent.
because we don't own our own music anymore.
America Got Talent.
Because who's the person cutting the check for the artist who makes
We
the
are
music?
just two. You can say,
His people.
You can talk with
So wait, what
100
was that?
people. You know?
What was
You
the
can
last
take the
passage?
message.
Yeah, that was Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Share,
Oh,
share
okay.
with
Oh,
all,
no.
with all
Yeah, I'm sorry,
people.
that was 32 and
You have the talent to share your message to all people.
yeah.
Because that is
So let me give you the verse range. So that was Deuteronomy 32
you can perform
and then 35. I'm sorry, 35 through 37.
Toby Center, Aztec Theater, Majestic.
Right.
Yeah, you can start with.
Because the Most High God promised that when our strength was gone, how you doing, sister?
Start at the Majestic
You a princess
Theater.
of Zion. Keep God's law,
You can start at Majestic
right?
Theater.
Our Hispanic sisters,
Yeah, like 100,
right?
like 10 people, more than us. You know what I mean? Your message is
Yeah, man.
powerful. You need,
Yeah.
You need more people, not just two. You need to talk with like 100 people. The message of God. You need to
Ain't it funny? He's telling us what to do with the message of God while he tries to talk over it.
We're two. Hey,
You
bro.
can't make it up, bro.
Hey,
You
we're-
can't make it up.
We're only two, bro. That is easy.
You
for
cannot
me.
make it up, bro.
That is easy for me. You're just talking to two people. You know what I mean? You need to talk with 100 people.
I'm not even talking to you.
Yeah.
You're not my brother.
No, no, just one people.
You're not my brother.
Just one. No, you are not my
You're a
brother.
Spanish. Yeah, you're a
Excuse
Spaniard.
me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse you. You're excused.
You.
You see him holding up that horned hand? He can't help himself. Yeah, pick your beer up. Uh-huh. He can't help himself. The devil's coming out.
You need to talk with more people.
Yeah, more
not just
people.
One.
Give me the angels rejoice when one sinner comes to
You are not
repentance.
talking to me. You are talking with
See
10
again,
people.
you
Just
never
one
read the
person.
Bible. He never read the Bible.
Just one
He thinks it's a
person.
numbers
You
game.
need to talk
It's
with,
not.
With 100 people, you know.
Because guess what? This brother's now considering he might be an Israelite. And if you come to that conclusion
This is a
and you
small-
really treasure what God says, reading his commandments, you'll keep them with no
Yeah,
second
you can
thought.
Go to commerce if you want to listen.
That is cause for
If you want to
celebration,
talk
brother.
To another people.
I'll spend 100 hours out here with you if you're willing to keep the commandments.
You need to talk to David Crockett or something.
Check this
like
out.
that. Just one person. I
Luke
listen
chapter
to,
15, verse 7.
two people
I
for
say unto
one.
you that likewise joy shall be in heaven over one sinner that repenteth,
No,
More-
we need 100 people.
over one sinner that repenteth,
Now we need to go down to a more populated area.
over one sinner that repenteth,
Now we need to listen to this crazy ass murderer here.
over one sinner that
Look that
repenteth.
shit.
You hear it?
Look that shit,
The
bro.
fact that we have your attention,
Francisco
brother,
Madera,
and you're
bro.
considering returning to the laws of
We are
God,
before
I can't
you.
ask for anything
We are
better than
before
that.
you right
Because
here.
I love my brother
Francisco
and sister.
Madero was
But
before you.
Why say
Why before you,
return?
Francisco
Why
Madero?
am I not with God
With
already?
his constitution and
Because you gotta
Bexar
keep his laws,
County.
brother.
Because you're on Bexar
no.
County. You know what I
How do you
mean?
keep the Sabbath?
Look that court. The red
For me,
building.
I believe.
Now, hold on. Before you say that, your father, when you have parents, right? Did you grow up with your parents? Okay. Because some of us didn't. I have to ask. If your parents said, "I need you to do the dishes," can you say, "Hey, the way I do dishes is I just run them under the water and put them in the rack"?
You need to do the dishes because your
I
father
think at a
is
certain point, you gotta be able to live that, but then at the same time, there's a certain point where you gotta live in a way where you're able to live for yourself.
Give me, it's not for private interpretation.
See, what you're doing, brother, is you're trying to interpret the Bible for your own personal
I'm
understanding.
not trying to interpret that. I'm just saying, like, there's a certain point where you gotta grow up, and yeah, sure, you gotta do your own thing. And then there's a certain point where you gotta figure out past that. You gotta get yourself enveloped in a way where you're not reliant upon that. So, the thing that used to be a problem beforehand, that might not even be like in question on how you do it. You might need to figure out a new way about that, like say laundry.
Like, I get what you're saying.
Room, stuff like that. It's just where you're at, different things like that.
But what if God told you directly what to do?
God told me directly what to do. Like I saw something that I even think is a glimpse of a sign. I'm just going along with it. It's-
So, if God's words are God's words in this Bible, do you believe that?
You know, if
I
God
believe
tells you
there's
you're not
extremely
God,
good
how
messages.
can
I
you
think
say that?
at
If
times
God
you can
tells
read
you
stuff
you're
and
not
it's
God,
I'll answer your question. Is that a legitimate question?
yeah, it's not legitimate.
Cool. Get that not private interpretation real quick. Yeah, that's it.
2 Peter 1, verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
I just want to get that down first. It's not for us to interpret or interpret for ourselves, right? We have to read the Bible and do what God has commanded.
Writing in
So,
different
here's the
language. You
thing.
know what I mean? It's hard.
I thought you didn't speak English. What happened?
Yeah.
Your English has improved like tenfold.
English? Yeah.
See, I told you. Again, this is a bad agent. He can't even stay even keeled.
Dude, let's just focus on
See,
the,
I told you.
Let's just focus on the book.
Why you mad? What's going on, man? Why you mad? I thought you was Mr. Cool.
English.
I thought you was Mr. Cool. What happened, man?
Texas is yeah.
I think you need to go back to remedial training. They need to send your ass back to survival school.
The book of Bible was writing in different language. You can.
Yeah. Greek and Hebrew.
You can understand the message because you're not of Lebanon or.
La-ah. Do you know what that means? La-ah.
You're
La-ah.
from-
La-ah.
you are
La-ah.
from-
La-ah.
Jesus.
Shemai. Shemai.
Jesus
Shemai.
said-
See, he don't even understand Hebrew.
No. Jesus said
See,
that-
again, he's talking about, well, the Bible was written in different languages. I just spoke Hebrew to you. You don't even know what it means. So what good would it do for me to read the Bible in Hebrew to people who don't speak Hebrew?
Do you speak Arameo?
See, again, I thought he was Mr. Cool, but now he's mad because guess what? We got a repenting saint here. Again, remember, this is a Navy SEAL. Remember this. Remember, this is what a SEAL is. These are the people that they send in the countries to murder women and children. Remember, you're looking at it.
That is
Remember.
the way to see the world.
This is what your enemy is about to persecute our people with.
In a different way.
That's why I'm trying to tell you, brother, this Bible is not for any personal interpretation.
Different language for
Why do you
different
say it's
interpretation.
about
Is that exactly?
It's about to?
Why
I'm
do
not
you
African.
say
You know
about
what I mean?
Oh, that's a good question. Give me Jeremiah 30.
Why do you think not? Why do you think it is not concurrent? Why do you think?
Because it's supposed to be a time like no other.
Good.
Worse than any time in history, even the apex of slavery. It's called Jacob's trouble. That's a good question, brother.
Yeah, that is a good question.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's it.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 3. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah.
Okay.
For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I say, every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
So, the time of Jacob's trouble is going to be worse than any persecution that we've ever gone through. The fact that we can stand here with a microphone and freely speak to you means that time it hasn't come yet. And give me Amos 8. We're going to get the famine of the word.
Well, what if the time is? What if the time is gradual?
Gradual? What do you mean?
So like,
Without a mic.
kind of like how we were talking about the weights on the ark.
Need a mic.
What if it's not this like, oh, okay, you know, the flooding goes and it goes and it goes, but it's like this,
My
oh,
voice.
the storm, awesome, you know, destroys all this stuff,
Sir.
and then it settles, and then it does the same, the storms, and for years on, it does that, and then it finally settles. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you're saying.
So like when you see stuff in like other states, part of me is like, I've been to some states where I'm like, different. Like, I can't say much around here. I asked somebody how it is around here. They're like, yeah, people are cool. If you're cool,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
get
that
what you're
thing of
saying.
like, okay, so that means we have to be cool, and it's like one of those things where it's like it's very different. Whereas there's people here that don't even realize how much liberty we have. So part of me
I
is
get what
like,
you're saying.
it's very different for some people. And part of me is like, it's cool that it's like that here, but then part of me is like, what does that mean for places that aren't like that? And it's just, you know, I hope for them, but at the same time, part of me is like, is it not that? Is it not those times going to a possible decline?
So, The thing that will answer your question is becoming familiar with prophecy. For instance, Judah and Israel, southern kingdom and northern kingdom, have been separated since the northern kingdom went into the slave trade with the Assyrians. And y'all traveled over here to America, right? Which is detailed in 2nd Ezra 13:40 on down. We have been separated since then. With the transatlantic slave trade, we were united. And we're supposed to come out together out of the land of the north. That's part of the prophecy of the Bible. That's one of the ways that we know that this is the final, basically the final hazard. Not to mention, it was prophesied that we would go into 7 slaveries. Well, let's count them, right? You had the Egyptian slavery, you had the Babylonian slavery, you had the Persians and Medes, the Greeks, the Romans, and then you have the rebirth of the Roman Empire here. And then basically, yeah, you got your 7 captivities. Because they established slavery on your people and my people. You've got 7 captivities. Oh, and the Assyrian captivity. I cannot leave it out. Right? So you have 7 slaveries that have befallen the Israelites. So we are at the end of prophecy. Right? Give me a 2nd Ezra. Okay, why you fix that? So I can. Yeah, man, this thing raggedy. Hold on. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, drag that forward. Jesus. Cesare Borgia. If you can get me a 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. We're going to go back to it. No, 6-9. Right? Because the people who are supposed to be in charge at the final, like the final kingdom, is the nation of Esau. And it's supposed to be the rebirth of the Roman Empire. See, when you read about in the Bible the beast with the 7 heads and the 10 horns, the 7 heads represent the provinces of Rome. And then the 10 horns represent the markets, or the 10 common markets, which comprise NATO.
17.
Right, but this is the prophecy that we have to teach you whenever we get a bit more advanced. Because you got to keep the commandments in order so that the Most High God can increase your wisdom. Because God doesn't dwell with those who don't dwell with wisdom, correct? If you joined a club, do they teach you everything from the ground up day one?
What kind of club?
No, they don't. No order does that.
It might give you like a basic structure.
Yeah, they give you the basics. Because what if...
It might envelop a good portion of...
So what if you were an enemy who was trying to infiltrate the ranks of a club, and you were trying to learn enough to do harm to those people? That's a good question, huh?
That is a good question.
But see, it wouldn't do him any good, because guess what? It don't matter how much he learns out the Bible. He'll never be able to actually learn it. And that goes with all the heathen. As a matter of fact, get me Amos 3 and 7 real quick. We're going to go right back to that. Because I want to show you, this book I told you was sealed, correct?
Don't change me, bro.
The Most High God has to increase your wisdom.
Son of Jesus can change,
Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
And if you read Amos 2 and 11, the prophethood is for the Israelites. So the Most High God reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. The question you asked about judgment happening here and there and in cycles, how do I know this is it? According to prophecy, brother. And as you keep commandments, like not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, keeping Passover, keeping the Sabbath, keeping the Feast of First Fruits, those are the things that will show God that you aim to serve him in spirit and truth.
So, I've kind of understood the thing about the pork, don't eat the pork. I can kind of follow that to the reasons, but I get Joshua got sick with the sea things, like the crab and the different like mollusks and stuff like that, but still, like, is there other following reason, or
Is there a reason?
yeah, like what's the following reason for that, like dietary concern?
Well, the deciding reason is because God told us not to do it. But the practical reason, or the carnal reason, is, do I have to tell you not to eat a trash can? No, I don't. So why would I have to tell you not to eat a bottom feeder? Or a crab that eats literal shit out of the water? And that's its only diet. Would you eat a cockroach that scurried in front of you? No, you wouldn't. So why do I have to tell you not to eat a sea roach?
Why not?
I think there's different people think about things differently. I think, for instance, like crab and lobster, like sometimes, like I get some things don't eat the best, but then sometimes those things do really good. And then there's like some signals that tell you how it may eat, you know, the area, the water around it, you know, if it has roots, how those roots are feeling.
So I have a question for you. Do you know anybody who has any heart issues, heart disease?
Oh,
How y'all sisters doing today? How you doing, Elder? Keep God's laws, y'all. If your fathers are so-called Negroes, you're an Israelite. But either way. So, if you have heart disease, cancer, or any disease, a good doctor is going to tell you to stop smoking and to stop eating pork and stop eating crab and shrimp. It's a given. Why is that? Because those foods are harmful for you.
Don't eat pork. That is the message for all the companies.
Hey, get me playing onto the righteous, but stumbling blocks onto the wicked.
Cancer is a bad way. You need to say that when the blondie old man crossing this street, cancer, don't eat pork. Like, I'm fine, you know, and you, cancer. Yeah, bad way. Hey, she needs hope, you know what I mean? Not cancer and all that things. It's like a
Why don't you go tell him?
don't eat pork.
Why don't you go tell him? You got it. You know what I should be teaching. You go tell him.
What is your weight? Is it healthy for you?
Why don't you go tell him?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Go tell him.
Ma'am.
Yeah, go get him.
Ma'am.
Go get him. Yeah, you got it.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead and get that.
Sirach chapter 39, verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
Did you get that? Read it one more time.
As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
The word holy means separate. Separated or set apart.
So those who are separated,
Cancer.
who are willing to do and keep God's laws, that makes you holy in the eyes of God. You are separate.
What is the relation with God to cancer? Cancer said, oh yeah, cancer for you, cancer for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
My dad said,
It's verse 25. For the good are good things.
So I'm not trying to be offensive, because I know I don't wish death on anybody.
cancer.
However, if your dad got cancer, listen up.
For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners.
I would say cancer's pretty damn evil, wouldn't you?
The cancer is a Jesus way or what?
It's God's way.
God's way?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Give me Isaiah 45:7. You don't understand. God creates good and evil.
what about people that survive it?
That's the Most High God having mercy. Just because he judges you don't mean he got to kill you. Again, the Most High God does what he wants to do. He has a plan for everybody, brother. But everybody's plan ain't to be cured of their cancer or to bounce back from type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
God's plan for some is to die in their wickedness.
Because you drink a lot of Coke, you know what I mean? It's like diabetes for you, it's like a lot of Coke.
Go ahead and get it, brother.
It's like
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
So the Most High God creates peace and he creates evil.
So, brother, we're about to pack up. We're here every Saturday from about 2:30. It's fun. With 2:30 to about 6, right? If we see you in the area, Sergio, stop and listen, man.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Because I do want to teach a whole lot more, but we got a hard stop limit now, man.
So what else do you guys do as a church group? What else is your guys' mission outreach goal?
What else do we want?
What else is your guys' goal for San Antonio? What else is going on through the church?
Well, our main goal is to make our people aware of their real heritage, their history, and then to come back to their heritage. That is our only goal. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, and this will be the last one. We're going to end on that, all right?
Because, and this is to my camera, as well as to the brother to double down on answering your question. Our only goal, our only objective is to restore the Israelites in spirit and in knowledge. That's it. The Most High God said that he would fight for us and we would hold our peace. We're not trying to harm anybody. We're not trying to offend anybody. Because the reason why people get offended is because of the truth. I haven't said anything the whole time I've been out here that is not true.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
When I call the white man a murderer and a pedophile, that's not a lie.
That is a bad word.
When I call him a land thief, that's not a lie.
That's the reason
When I talk about his history of going throughout the world ruling with the sword, which is the prophecy of Esau, by the way.
This land from-
See, again, there's a lot, brother, I could teach you, but we got to have more face-to-face time. Because I know some of the things I could teach you and it would go right over your head because you're not as studied in the Bible yet. And not to mention, brother, I'm not going to give you my age, but I'm substantially older than you. Substantially.
Yeah, you look old, man. With all respect.
Yeah, that's funny because earlier you said I look young, but yeah, keep swilling back on those Lone Stars. Again, hey, government, wherever your handler is, come get this retard. He's really bad at his job.
Bureau of Texas, you know what I mean? I don't say that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest though. Some people with methylated brain structures though, they can be geniuses.
Sorry, say it again.
Some people with methylated brain structures, they can be geniuses. Like people with Einstein syndrome. It's very close to savant syndrome. Or
Yeah.
autistic.
But what's the trade-off for their genius in one area? Usually they're completely inept everywhere else.
But then sometimes they're like, I don't know how to say, like, that can make somebody like even more persistent. Like that other thing, that's not a factor for them. They just go.
You're talking about stuff like Asperger's and stuff like that. I'm with you, man. But the thing is, brother,
It's
they're
different, but it's like it's similar.
but there's a point where even somebody with a mental deficiency, they realize I'm not even enjoying this.
Mental issues, you know.
It's not scratching the itch, the compulsion.
But I guess that's the thing where like different people all have a perception, and I guess that's kind of it guided with their vessel. We're all granted life from God. So it's all right for us to live with. But then that's the thing, if you're kind of aware of it all, it can make it a bit, I don't know how to say, a bit lackluster. You try and find stuff like this.
Yeah, I get you.
How does this all operate?
But here's the thing. So what you're saying is I might not be the teacher for certain people. You remember when I told you that there are multiple brothers all around the area that do this?
Yeah, they have a neighborhood.
See, the thing is, I might not be the teacher for you.
I think everybody
How you
can
doing?
learn something from, just hearing things out.
I'm sorry?
I think everybody can learn something just from hearing things out though.
Well, everybody can learn something, but the thing that they have to take away from us isn't the same. For our Israelite brothers and sisters, we're here to tell them that salvation is for you. God's love is set upon you, and you've been chosen. But to God's enemies, I have to tell them, get ready for captivity. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. But, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign out. Yeah, get that as the last one.
It'll be a parting shot, right?
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So fear God and keep his commandments. That is the whole duty of man. And since this brother is very meek and kind-spirited, we're going to give you a commandment that you already follow.
That is my duty.
So you'll know that you're already serving God in one way. Give me Leviticus 19:16 real quick.
First, God, country, family. God, country, family.
I think there's something different between respect and need. Because for instance, I hunt, but it's a thing like what is it in turn for? What is the reasoning in the action?
For keeping his commandments?
No, just like within how you place yourself, Then it's a thing where like there's this whole world that's laid before us, but then it's opportunities of what's granted through it that we persist ourselves. but it's also kind of like earlier, you know, like where does our ambition lead us? Is it within
Okay.
is it within God's thinking, or is it, you know, just what we think?
No, it's according to the Bible. Give me
But,
First Peter
but
2
that's the thing, like, you know, we have to ask ourselves that with each question, with each, you know, each step, each pick, each, you know.
Well, I get what you're saying, but if God called you something, does God's authority supersede yours? Yes. Read this.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
So the Most High God chose us
To be kings and priests, the Israelites. Now, what you do with that, that's up to you. But I'm going to tell you, if my people were known as the kings and priests of God, and I look around and we're the best at everything, everybody wants to copy us, no one wants us to leave despite how much they hate us, I'd rather choose to be a king and a priest rather than so-called black, because my people didn't come up with that name. Our detractors and our enslavers gave us that name. And you see it in Acts 13:1, where they called us nigger. Nigger just meaning black.
Don't say that word. Well, you can say that though.
And see, our Hispanic brothers, before about 1680, you were called nigger too.
Booyah.
See? Ain't no sting to that word, because you're the thing that you should be fixated on.
There's a bit of like, it's not great, but at the same time, I know you don't mean it in the same way. So it's one of those things where the takeaway is a bit just like, this is conversational. It's, you know, an development of process. And part of me is like reading history. Part of me is like, it's probably, whether it be the words or the complacency or the ideology of society where we would fit, probably wouldn't be great.
But here's the thing, I don't care about the negative part of it either, because the people calling me a nigger ain't fit to carry my piss sample. Because who's the people who call us that primarily? So-called white people. But yet, he's got to put on sunscreen to go outside. And when you look at them under a UV light, you know what they're rubbing on themselves? Basically shoe polish.
Panchito. A mí me dicen Panchito, yo no me llamo Panchito. La
Whether
verdad.
it's like aloe or
But I
cactus,
think
like I think
señor,
people have to
porque
put
aquí también
something.
está-
Like if it's like you're out for a day,
I don't have to put nothing on.
if you're out for like several days in Texas sun,
No, shit. Brother, I do 8 and 10 mile walks with weights. I don't have to put on no sunscreen.
but I mean like if you were out for hours after
Yeah,
that, like
my walks take me 3-4 hours, brother.
No, I mean like days, like you were days out in the sun, like no house, like you,
Hey, that-
like imagine that,
that's
like
how you-
you're out for ever, you're gonna need to repair your skin.
No, brother, that's not for people who haven't had their melanin diluted yet. If I want to talk to you in time, come back and see us.
Dude,
That's why the Bible tells us to keep the strength of our seed by procreating with our women.
all the groups here, and I know people that are melanated, if they go fishing for days at a time and they are out in the sun, like they will blister, their skin will peel.
The reason for that is because the strength of your seed has been diluted. Our brothers in Nigeria who haven't intermingled with the colonizer, they don't need that. Not at all. Our brothers in Senegal don't need that.
Me too. I have in Sierra Leona, we have brothers. You know what I mean?
They don't need that, brother.
What he's telling you, we've been deluded over here.
Yeah, we've been diluted. We've been forced to breed with the slave master's daughter to produce more slaves.
Like I get
Not to mention being forced to breed with our immediate family, which destroys the strength of our seed.
I hear what you're saying. I just think there's different accounts on different circumstances, and I think like for instance there are accounts of people, you know, taking care of their skin whether they be in the sun.
I'm gonna tell you, man, there might be accounts of it, but I've been a black man my whole life. I've been around black people. I ain't never met a nigga yet who put on sunscreen, ever. And I've never met one with skin cancer or a blister from sun exposure, ever. Take of that what you will. But in terms of the people who need sunscreen just to stay alive, who get cloud burn, do you know about that cloud burn? When it's cloudy in the sky and they still get sunburned? That's not us. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I understand. Try to make everybody feel at home, brother. You're better than them.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna straight up tell you, you're better than them.
You're better, bro.
But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and sign off, man. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's all praises be unto Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala.
Wam Yasharah.
And Mawaf Ababal.
What's
That mean?
Good
Okay.
job, buddy.
Excuse me, brother.
Yeah, boy.